And if we're going to work, who knows? Let's see if I refresh. And it's working. All right. See if anyone joins in. I did put up a post the other day saying that I was going to be doing a live stream tonight. So we'll see what happens. I was hoping to get my laptop back up and running with OBS. But since OBS updated, it won't let me update the drivers for the graphics card. So for some reason, the graphics won't work. So I can't stream with OBS. Otherwise, I'd love to be able to get that going, because then I can actually get my videos with Daryl that we do, the discussions and stuff, recorded. And I got one on the go, hopefully in the back burner, with James Randolph, and I can't record it because OBS won't let me record. So I can't actually stream off my laptop at the moment. So that's why I'm using my phone to do live streams, and it's not as good, unfortunately. So, GK man, how's it going? Still in the boot. That's how it's going. So I went back to the fracture clinic on Thursday, and had another x-ray done that morning. The fracture at the bottom of the tibia is starting to heal, but the little bones that have broken off into pieces at the top of my heel and the back section, in between like the heel and the ankle, top of the ankle, like the tib and fib, there's like a bit of bone in the middle. That's still broken into little pieces. So another month in the boot. I'm off work for another month, which kind of sucks because I really need the work, because just got an email tonight that my rent has gone up, and being off work isn't good. So yeah, but on the upside, I do have to, I've got a time now to be able to get this order done, because Deviant just put in another order of 100 Viking bands, so I've got to get that done to go over to America. So at least I've got some time to do that, at least. It just sucks that, yeah, I'm off work for another month. Yeah. But it doesn't rain, it pours. And it seems like my luck just goes right down. But, yeah, getting everything set up for this class in Melbourne. So Daryl and I will be down to Melbourne on the 20th of this month, training a class. Which is another part I want to discuss with everyone tonight and talk about, and see what people's ideas are. Their thoughts on it is about consulting work. Thinking about doing it. I'm not sure if it's something that we'll add to the business. It's just an idea that I'm playing with in my head. I'd like to do it. It would be pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I was hoping to be able to get Daryl around online, but unfortunately he's not. Looks like he's busy. As we go to that chat, that's fine. Sorry, I'm trying to run my laptop and talk on here at the same time. I'd like to run it all off my laptop, but I can't, because OBS is a pain in the butt. But, where are we? Anyway, so, yeah, thinking about adding consultant work to DALP. Really pumped about this class down in Melbourne. I can't wait. Unfortunately, I can't drive. I still know how to drive. I still can't do any of that stuff. I can only put half my body weight down on the ankle and try and work my way up to half my body weight. So it's very slow. It's a very uncommon place to break. According to the doctor, the one I saw, Fracture Clinic, she's like, this is a very unusual place to break. She goes, you don't normally see breaks like this. And I'm like, yeah, well, if you're going to do it well. So, you know me, if I'm going to do something, I might as well do it well. And really destroy things. So, yeah, I'm working on a couple of things at the moment. The orders for America. That's a big one I've got to get out because I need that income coming in, especially now that I'm being off work. That's the biggest stress at the moment for me. That's why the class down in Melbourne is bloody awesome. I'm really wanting and really hoping to get more classes going. So, I mean, we've got our different setups for businesses and organisations and stuff like that. Like, for example, you can book us in for a full-on class, which is you learn. We go step by step on picking locks and bypassing locks and producing keys, and we go through the whole kit and caboodle. Where you actually sit down and go through everything, and there's quizzes and we ask questions and all that stuff. And we also have our fun day events, like the one we're running in Melbourne, which is still class. You still learn, you still have a go at things, and you still learn and stuff like that. But we also discuss and go over the heaps of different things in all one kind of like 3-4 hour session. So they can have a go at picking, they can have a go at bumping, they can have a go at bypassing and move around like a fun day. But we do a massive presentation at the start, which we're working on and upgrading all the time. So, yeah, but I'm really wanting to get classes set up for the general public. It's just going to be trying to determine and work out how we're going to get the classes running, like buildings and establishments to actually set the classes up and run them in, the layouts of them and the costs and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I don't have, like, well, I've got the shop here, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? I don't have a classroom that's available all the time. So we'd have to work out, try and get as many students in as possible that we can comfortably fit in and can do it. Then also got to work out hall hire to be able to hire a building or a hall or a conference room or something like that to be able to teach the class in. So there's a lot of work that goes into it, and that's why we haven't set up classes at the moment for the general public, because businesses is great. Like the one we're heading down to, they have everything there. They've got their own buildings, they've got their own conference room, they've got everything, pretty much set up. When you're running classes for the general public, you don't have that. So you have to work it all out and supply it yourself, which makes it a little bit more challenging and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll be able to get some classes going for general public. So a lot of people contact me and ask me all the time. I've even been tempted and thinking about maybe doing an online class, like an hour session, 2 hour, 3 hour session on some basic lock picking and stuff like that. So if anyone is interested in something like that, like a video online session kind of thing, we'll work out costs and stuff like that. Where you can pick my brain and can go over and I can teach you some basics on lock picking or bypassing methods or something like that. Let us know, because that's another option that we can have available as a quick online one. But the presentations, like, we're always upgrading. We're always updating the presentation. So the one now that we're doing in Melbourne, we've changed because we have all the laws and regulations and stuff that comes to lock picks and lock picking tools. We had it for South Australia. We've had to change it all over to Victoria. So now we've got all the Victorian laws and rules and regulations in regards to lock picking and lock picking tools. Because being, us, and we always say keep it bloody legal, we like to keep everyone up to date with the laws and stuff like that. So that's a big part of what we teach. You can have fun, right? You want to learn lock picking? That's great. We can teach you lock picking. You can pick the locks that we bring, but don't go try and pick the lock in your neighbour's front door. That's the kind of thing we teach them. If you want to do it, have fun with us doing it. Buy locks just for picking, but don't go try to show off to your friends with, I learned how to pick this lock today. Guy at DALP come in, showed us how to pick the lock, and the next minute they stuffed the front door. And they have to call me in to fix it. But let us know. I might actually put it out on Facebook as well. People will be interested in like a one-on-one video class, video talk, and stuff like that. So the other thing that I was going to bring up, which I did put in I'm going to upload it tonight, a video in the channel memberships. So, as you know, I started running the channel memberships on here, so you can actually become a member and get special perks. So you get behind the scenes videos, which I've got to upload another one. I haven't done one in a while because there's no one on there. But now I've got 2 people on there, which is absolutely fantastic. And as agreed to, I always say thank you. This is one of the things to the 2 channel members. One of them being Pat, who now has his own Pat badge. So those of you that remember the live stream that we did before we went to Adelaide, where we may or may not have been intoxicated, quite a bit. Pat ended up donating a lot of money, which is absolutely fantastic. And so he ended up getting the Pat badge, which is a Postman Pat emoji, I think I'll put it down as. So he's got his own Pat badge that's available in the channel memberships. But the other thing I was thinking about adding to it, so they got the very basic one. I was thinking about adding another one, which will go into one of the products that we sell off the website, which is our private Discord server. So I'm thinking I might add the channel memberships because it's subscription based as well. The next one up would be to gain access to our private Discord server, where we discuss a lot of topics, stuff that we don't bring up on YouTube, stuff that we don't want everyone knowing, where we talk about hacking things, we talk about new products that we're working on, ideas for new products, a lot of interesting topics, which I've discussed and told you about before. So you can always come over and use the channel memberships on here and then join the private Discord server. There is actually discussion on there at the moment between James and myself with a idea for a video. As I said at the start, I can't get OBS working at the moment, so that video is on the back burner. But also products. So James and I are discussing a new product, Traveller's Hook, that I discussed about in the live stream right before my colonoscopy when I was over at Ararat. So yeah, we are working on a Traveller's Hook idea, a smaller one, like a small little one. Sorry, it's a bit, I can't talk. Pretty thirsty. It's got up to like 31 degrees here today. That's Celsius for those that still use Fahrenheit. So yeah, pretty warm, and yeah, I'm trying to keep hydrated. Since, well, you gotta. So, classes, really want to work on them because I really enjoy teaching people. I really enjoy educating people on weaknesses and stuff like that. And I've had a few people ask about private classes, so I'm thinking about doing some for the general public. It's just really hard because here in Australia, everyone is so spread out. Everyone's like so far out. There's a big distance between Melbourne and Adelaide. There's a big distance between Melbourne and Sydney. So not everyone's all in tight little places. Everyone's spread out here, which makes it really, really hard. So we'd have to work out travel and stuff like that as well. I'm really hoping that I could get Daryl on here, but he must be busy because he's not on Facebook at the moment, unfortunately. Because I was hoping to get the chat going with Daryl, but anyway, come up with the chat. Those of you, there's 4 of you, one keeps coming and going. Get a discussion going. What do you want to talk about? What have you been working on? Let me know. Let's get a talk going. Let me know what's going on. How you've all been, what you're working on. Last discussion we had on the other than the topic for a video, can a flipper steal a car? That was James's idea. He wants to talk about, which I actually think is quite interesting. We're talking about the universal handcuff key. I said I've got one. I made one. So that's what we were discussing about. Is the universal handcuff key. I actually have one in here. So try and keep everything together and to act look a little bit more professional, which sometimes I don't. Working on a little diary so I can keep track of stuff, and so I got appointments and all that at the moment. And I'll just drop down 4 and back down to 1 viewer, which will just be me. Everyone left, I think. Yeah, doesn't matter. Do I have Universal? Yes, I do. I ended up making a Universal handcuff key. So I'll tell you one of them. Yeah, GK Man's still here. What are you been up to anyway, mate? Long time no chat because I've been really bad with not doing videos. It's been getting worse actually. I really need to get around to doing more content. Just been under the weather, been down. The ankle and stuff like that. I've been really down. That's why I haven't been around. I haven't put anything up on Instagram in ages. I've been putting up. G'day, Lamberto. Hi, mate. Yeah, I've been really down and crappy, so that's why I haven't been putting out any content. 6 a.m, but couldn't sleep. It is. What's the time here? 10 past 10. So yeah, at night. I was going to say not in the morning. I was hoping for sleeping today, but then I remembered I had a doctor's appointment this morning. And I had a house inspection on Monday, so tomorrow is my sleeping day. Although, no, my luck, I won't sleep in. Because I got that much work to do. It's not funny. Okay, now I'm just getting, by the looks of it, spam people with Xtube, whatever that is. I really should fix this. But, you're, what, 12 hours ahead? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, something like that. I think it's about 12 hours ahead. On the good news about everything with my health and the way everything kind of went downhill at the end of last year, the ulcerative colitis is all, I'm in remission at the moment, so it's all healed up. No more blood, no more pain, nothing like that. Since I changed my diet, been exercising. Not 12. 6 Also Locksmith Brewer. Ah, cool. Whereabouts? Whereabouts are you a locksmith? I always tell people I'm a legal criminal. Someone was saying to me at work, the boss, the big boss was down the other day. My other work, not this work. Not my business, the other business that I work for, and stuff like that. And I was freaking them all out because I was telling them about what we do. And she goes, "Oh, you teaching classes?" "Yeah, we teach classes for a while. That's what we teach, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, "Dude, you can do a lot of damage if you want to use your, if you want to be evil." "Oh, bloody oath I can." Thomastown. Huh. I think Thomastown. Why have I had a mental blank? I know where Thomastown is, and I just had a freaking mental blank. Shit. Shouldn't swear. I used to swear a lot on here, for those of you that remember the old live streams. Jeez. Melbourne, yeah. I'll be down in Hawthorne. I think it's Hawthorne, somewhere like that. So I might... No, so I would say all Locksmith if I wanted to. Yeah. I get that all the time because doing what we do and stuff like that, I've had people abuse me for doing videos on next to Campbellfield. No. I might head down that way. Well, I might head down to Melbourne. Might do a meet up with people. I'll try and organise it. I know I've had one lockpickers meet up down in Melbourne, which was organised by HB Logic. So I might organise one, catch up down Melbourne for lockpickers and stuff to meet up. That'd be great. Because that was a hell of a lot of fun. Although I got a parking ticket when I was down there, so that wasn't good. But anyway, so my health. So that stomach problem is all cleared up at the moment. So I'm in full remission with that, which is freaking awesome. Because the amount of pain and how crook I was, the amount of blood, I swear I lost my whole body's worth of blood. So yeah, since I changed my diet and I've been exercising and all that stuff, it's become really good. So I've got to be on top of it, make sure that I keep following my diet. Because I don't want to go back to what I had before. I had 3 weeks off of work when I first shattered my ankle. And all I did was work out because I had nothing else to do. And I went back to work and everyone's like, oh my God, you're so skinny, you lost so much weight. I only dropped 7 kilos since I started getting back into shape back into October, which I've now put back on. So I was cutting. So I cut my calories right down, doing a lot of cardio. I'd go for a walk every night, walk down to the lake where I shattered my ankle, do 4 laps of that, 5 laps of that, come back, jump on the exercise bike for an hour, and lift weights and stuff like that. So I dropped 7 kilo because I was fat. Wasn't happy and stuff like that. So I dropped 7 kilo and over summer. Now it's like, well, I don't have to look good for anyone being single. So you know what? I'm going to start bulking. So now I'm just going to eat a heap of food, no cardio, and just lift weights. So I'll put back on the 7 kilo that I lost. But I'm not as fat. Which is good. So I just like the fact that I can eat a lot of food and I can sit here and eat donuts and feel guilt-free because I'm bulking. So yeah, nothing wrong with bulking. I mean, I was skinny as anything, and then I got really fat and lazy, and now I'm getting back into my strength, which has increased dramatically again. And all the supplements and stuff like that, so which is good. Which reminds me, I've got smelling salts in my pocket. What was that in your pocket? Smelling salts. This stuff will knock you senseless. Yeah, bottled insanity. It really does. It just hissed because it's pretty warm here. Yeah. Oh, shit. It hits you hard. Whew. It's just ammonia. Oh, now my eyes are burning. Ugh. Got donut holes. Okay, a donut hole is the same as donuts here. Like, just literally like a donut, a ring. So I know Americans sometimes switch the words around. Like, we call it coriander here, you call it cilantro over there. Donut holes. All donuts have holes, except for jam donuts. Or donut sticks. Donut holes. I just ate a heap of cinnamon donuts before. And I had steak for dinner, which was good. But donut holes. But anyway, so yeah, we're heading down to... That's how you make your customers pay. Donuts. They're just ball shapes. Okay. Oh, my nose is still feeling that. Whew. That's how you wake yourself up. Pay me with food. You know, at the moment, things are going to be tight because of being off work with my ankle. So yeah, another month in the boot, which I'm not happy about. Still stuck on crutches, getting around, or the knee scooter. At least my son's not following me playing V8 engine noises when I'm on the scooter. But I really got to get this order for America done. Another 100 bands. And then I've got to get... look into getting them laser cut because they take quite a long time to make each biking band. Made from the centers. Okay. Yeah, so I've really got to get these biking bands done and then look at getting them laser cut because they really do take a long time to make each one. So, and trying to keep up with orders, especially trying to get 100 done. That is, each one takes about an hour and a half to make. So you're looking at over 100 and over 100 hours. My brain is that fried today. I can't do math. Not math. Don't do math either. So yeah, it's a lot of work. A lot of work when it's just me. But I want to work on some new products, as I was saying. So we're discussing on the Discord server about Traveler's Hook, because I love Traveler's Hooks. I literally don't leave home, even at home. Although I kept stabbing myself in the leg with it the other week. I don't leave home without a Traveler's Hook in my pocket, or my Viking Sling gym band. Like when we're discussing with the bosses at my other work the other week, and the big bosses, I see, I don't need keys to get through any of the doors. And one of the other ladies, I'm trying to do this without giving away information because of disclosure. One of the other ladies, one of the other bosses, she turns around and she goes, I've seen it firsthand. She goes, I went to give him my key to open up the door to the hall. He just looked at it, shook his head, pulled the thing out of his pocket, went boom, and opened the door. I'm like, yeah, I'll just use the Traveler's Hook and just push the latch in because there's a massive gap. And pulled the door open. It's a lot faster than using the key. And stuff like that. So she's like, I've seen it firsthand. She was, so you can get through any lock? I said, no, not any lock. I mean, most of the time, I don't pick the locks. I bypass them. Or if I have to, I use the Lishy pick. Do love my Lishies. I haven't played with one in a while. They're out in the vehicle, which I haven't been able to drive, so I haven't been able to do lockouts and locksmith work and stuff like that. I can only really do orders. So I'm still cutting master keys and bump key sets and stuff like that. Which reminds me, I got to cut a heap of bump keys from Melbourne because the last lot of keys got broke. They broke them, which in the classes you expect that. So yeah, now I've got to go and cut some bump keys for the Melbourne class. But yeah, orders are still going out. So the Aussie 5 bump key sets, the Dark Access sets, they're big seller at the moment. Everyone's loving the Dark Access set. Yep. Bad installs. I mean, the gap, I think there's a video up here on YouTube of me slipping the latch of the hall. I mean, it's got a lock on it. I'm not going to mess with the lock. I'm going to slip the latch because it's exposed and the gap between the door and the door frame is like that big. You can drive a VW bus through it. Truck. So yeah, I mean, that's why I'd love Traveler's Hook. Quite literally. So if the door opens towards me, I'm going to use the Traveler's Hook. If it opens away from me, again, you have all seen my everyday carry right here. First thing, as soon as you open up, micro shim. And this one is beat to the living daylights because of how many times I've used it. So yeah, Traveler's Hook, micro shim. They don't work, Lishy pick. Although I actually had a lockout a couple of weeks back, an internal lock, which is kind of weird. So there's a rental. I got a call to go around. Their bedroom door, it was a windy day, that door open, bedroom door shut, and it had an external handle on internal door. They didn't have keys for it. And the door had locked, which I'd never done before. So I went around there and I'm like, let's have a quick feel. Couldn't shim it. So I had a quick feel with the pick in there and I'm like, bugger it. So I went out to the vehicle, grabbed the Kronos, went back in, open. I only turned it one way and it wasn't the way to unlock it. So I'm like, plug spinner, don't open. Quite literally, it was like a split second with the Kronos and the lock was open. So yeah, quick entry with that. But it's kind of weird seeing an entry set on an internal door. The other weird thing is that I've noticed quite a bit with these new areas that are getting built. So some of the new establishments around here that are getting built and set up, they're putting restricted keyway systems on the houses. So like a JA keyway, which you need the license to get, well, not license, but they need to be registered in your name. So you need the registration card and stuff to get keys cut for it. So people are like, can you cut my house key? I need a new house. I need another house key. I'm like, dude, that's a restricted system. It's kind of weird how they're putting them on houses these days, because then the people that live in there, move in there, that want keys cut, they can't get keys cut because it's a restricted system, which is stupid. Absolutely stupid when you think about it. But yeah, so I'm like, no, sorry. The best one, actually, I've seen two really good ones. I think I put one of them up on Twitter, and I put one up on, I think it might have been here on YouTube quite a while ago, which was, I had a guy come up to me at when I was doing key cutting. Just replace the locks, yeah, exactly, that's what I said to him. So I had a guy come up to me at a market when I was doing key cutting and stuff like that. He's like, oh, can you duplicate this key for me? I'm like, no, mate. He goes, why? I said, because that's a restricted system. I said, that's a JA keyway. I said, unless you got the card for it. I said, and being here where we are, I said, there's only one locksmith that I know of that deals with them. He goes, oh, because I went into Bunnings and they copied it, but it won't even fit in the lock. He goes, this is the key they copied it. I'm like, looking at the key, I'm like, mate, they gave you an LW keyway. Like an LW, I think it was an LW5 key. I'm like, that's JA keyway. I said, look at the zigzaggy, really restrictive, like, tight, thin little zigzag key. He said, this is a standard key. I said, no one's didn't fit in your lock. I said, all they've done is looked and gone, oh, the two handles look the same with these keys. Oh, that must be the right one. And the second one was actually given to me by a mate of mine who's a locksmith here as well. He goes, oh, you'll have a laugh at this. He goes, you can actually keep it. He goes, share it. So it was for a master lock padlock. They took a Grainsborough TE2 key and shaved it right down to try and fit into a master lock. Like, it was the funniest. I've still got it out in the shop, out the back. The funniest thing ever was seeing like a house key that's just been cut down to try and fit into a master lock. Don't get me wrong, they did a pretty good bloody job of it. It's just hilarious. They actually took a TE2 key and tried to make it fit. Funniest thing I've seen. Like, it was hilarious. So yeah, that one was kind of funny. That gave me a laugh for a couple of days, and stuff like that. So that'll teach us. If you don't know about keys, and go to someone that knows about keys. Speaking of that, I actually have to decode a key tonight for a mate of mine. A Schlag sent me a photo, so now I have to decode that for him. I had to decode and cut one the other week from a photo. And that's why I did the video about it's not an exact science. Sometimes it can be a little bit off. I've noticed the same thing with Lishy picks as well. They're great. Don't get me wrong. I love to be able to pick and decode a lock using the Lishy pick. It's not always an exact science when it comes to that. When it comes to decoding and cutting a working key. I've had it where I've picked the lock, decoded it, cut the key, and it worked perfect. Then I've had other ones where I've picked, decoded, and it hasn't been perfect. I've been off one or two cuts by, one or two spaces by a cut. Because sometimes you get a little bit of play in the pick. So, I mean, they're fantastic, but in that case, that's where you really got to try and go, okay, well, it could be a 5 cut, could be a 4 cut. I'm not quite sure. I'll cut 4 cut. If it's not that, then I can drop it down to a 5. And hopefully that works. Or cut 2 keys. and then do, as I said, turn the other one into a bump key. And that's what they discuss about in the second book, the key generation book from Uncensored Tactical, that I was the technical editor, one of the technical editors for. And they actually speak about that little bit of play. The same when it comes to decoding from photos and stuff like that. Sometimes you look at it, it might be a slight wrong angle on the photo, and you're like, it could be a 4, could be a 5, I'm not quite sure. It's one of those ones, it does take practice. But yeah. So I am hoping to get some more content out. So I do apologise that I haven't been putting a whole lot out. As I said, I've been down just because I can't get around and do as much stuff as I normally do, and it's just been bugging me. But today I'm like, no, I'm getting some work done, getting some stuff done, getting set up ready for Melbourne, and just to make sure that we comply with everything. I even got around to testing and tagging my laptop, because if you've got to be plugged in the power, we're going to have to test the tag. The only thing I'm waiting to hear back on is if we need to take our own PA system, or if they've got one at this one, and stuff like that. So yeah, but that's another service that we offer, is the testing and tagging, because all my equipment is up here in the box. And since I've got to now test and tag the PA system and stuff like that, just in case we want to take that. The last one we did, they had it all there. Not sure about this one, so I'm waiting to hear. But yeah, I want to get some more content out and work on some things. I'm actually trying to work on a new bag at the moment to carry around with me, since I can't do a whole lot. Being on crutches, I can't carry a whole lot. I want to be able to have a little bag. But I do have a TENS machine in here at the moment, because I had to use it and take it into work the other day. But yeah, there's going to be an interesting little project to work on. It's my little carry bag, so I want to be able to put some stuff in it to be able to carry around and come in handy and use, especially when you're on crutches. But the main thing I do have in there is my Flipper Zero. So I actually got to check to see if there's a new update version. Still using Extreme, loving it, absolutely fantastic. The Randolph RF, the radio frequency boosters, their antennas, they're available as well now off the website. I've actually got to make up some more of them. I just haven't had a chance to build them and print the cases and all that stuff. But they are available. Did sell one the other week. So if you do have a Flipper Zero and you want to be able to boost your radio frequency hacking capabilities, the Randolph RF boosters are fantastic. I know, because I've got my one of the first ones I built, in my laptop bag. And one of the cool things about them, which I think I might have spoke about in the last live stream, if I can get to it. Is you can really boost the radio hacking capabilities. Yeah, I should put this stuff in with the Flipper, but this is one of the first ones I built. The other ones come with a black case or a coloured case. It just depends on what I print. But cool thing is I can actually really extend this antenna and get a lot more distance. So I'm kind of hoping, I haven't tested it yet, but I want to go and steal my friend who lives down a block and a half down the road from me. I want to go and copy her doorbell and then hook this up and see if I can ring a doorbell from here. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, ring her doorbell. But I don't think there's going to be anything around here at the moment, because it's night time. There is the aged care behind me, so it might get some radio frequencies from people leaving in cars, especially about this time. Depends on what their system is. It might be knock-off time for afternoon shift and night shift to be coming in. So we can have a look, see if anyone uses their cars. Plug this in like that. Now let's bring it up. Make sure that the antenna is connected. Let's have a look. Come on. I hate stuff. Steely Murray, g'day. Ultimate grab the ding dong ditch. Exactly. So yeah, we can have a lot of fun. The ultimate ding dong ditch. This actually needs a clean. So yeah, you can actually extend the antennas quite a bit, which is always fun. But I mean, when I did the video on how far I could actually send and boost the frequency, my son kept walking past the other end and kept going and going and going. And I'm like, geez, really lost him. So they can boost the signal out quite a lot. There we go. Let's see if we can access anything. This will be interesting. I want to do a video where I can actually bring this up on the computer and run it that way. But again, I have to get OBS fixed up because it's been a pain. So let's bring up some gigahertz. Let's run the frequency analyzer at the moment. We'll see if anything picks up. So yeah, cool thing about this, I can stick this on top of the car, up on the roof of the car, and yeah, can really. So I'm just running the frequency analyzer at the moment, so if anyone presses a remote, we can capture it. One of the other things I love about Extreme is there's a lot of ones out there which I've put onto here. So there's a lot of playlists out there. So I have brute forcing for the Redkis pages, like the ones they use in fast food places where they give you a buzzer, you go sit down, they buzz you and your food's ready. I copied a heap of buzzers from a restaurant here as well. So as brute forces, I've got the Tesla charge ports. So next time I see a Tesla car, I am recording that one. There's actually quite a few here. I got some for customer assistance buttons. So we don't really use Walgreens. We don't have Walgreens here. I'm hoping they might work in other places, so I'm going to test that one. Garage doors, gates, so like linear, a couple of them. They're handicap toilet buttons and stuff like that. So yeah, quite a few files you can download and put onto the flipper, which is awesome because you get to, yeah. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go into the sub-gigahertz here, and let's see. Run the spectrum analyzer, so we can see there's not a whole lot going on here at the moment at all. You will see spikes and stuff like that when people. So let's switch it to the other antenna, the smaller one for now, because it's a big one to carry around. James Randolph has actually got quite some distance going with these. Oh, just had a massive spike there. It also depends on what frequency these are set to. But as you can see, we're running, check. Good way to see if you've got things picking up. So it's got the POCSAC pages. We don't use them here. It was at hospitals and stuff like that. They use phones now, so that's not really around. You've got sub-gigahertz brute forcer on here, so you can actually brute force some stuff. Remote. There's also a chat version that you can use as well. So you can actually talk with these, message. But yeah, so that's actually another thing that we do when we go and teach our class. They can play around with these things. So we actually let them play around with our flippers. They can have a go at cloning a doorbell that we take and stuff like that. We don't let them play with the Wi-Fi hacking, just to be safe. But we let them do things like that, and they like to clone RFID tags and stuff like that and have a look at RFIDs. So, for example, if I bring up RFID here and go read, it's going to want to read, put on my ring, and it should. Right, take my ring off for a sec. It'll read what is on my ring, which my phone doesn't want to focus on. I actually don't know if there's anything on here. I can't remember what I programmed this to. I don't think I've programmed it to anything. I have to check that. I'm gonna have to break out the Proxmart. But as another thing that people don't, that we offer that others don't, is you get to play around with things like this. So we have our hacking section set up as well when we do the classes like the fun day ones. So they can have a go at the picking and the physical locks and the bypass and handcuffs and stuff like that. But we also have the hacking stuff where we show them some of the tools that we use, such as they can have a look at the ESP key that we install into RFID readers to steal credentials. And a lot of them are like, what's this little chip for? I'm like, well, this is what we do with it. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes. They go, that's so small. I'm like, yes. And people don't put the anti-tamper switch on when they have the RFID readers going. So we just unscrew, pull it off, stamp, put it back on, we're done. So they actually get to play with that stuff. We have the Proxmart set up with a laptop, and they can have a go at, we show them, like lines of code just to read cards. And we've got an RFID lock that they can clone and, play with and do stuff like that. So they have a go with the Proxmart, they have a go with the flippers and our other readers. So we show them that, look, we have RFID readers that are like $10. We have RFID, we have cloners that are $10. We've got a cloner that's like $90 to $100. We've got the Proxmart 3. As we said, that's like $100, $150, depending on where you get it from. And then we have like the flippers, so they can have a go at using these as well. Which a lot of them always freak out, like, oh my god, that's so cool, you can copy cards and stuff like that. But yeah, so watch this, and I take the card and copy it onto my ring, like watch, and then swipe unlock the door, or the lock with my ring. And they're like, wait, how'd you do that? I'm like, well, RFID rings. So yeah, that's something that we offer that others don't as well. Here in Australia, I'm talking about America, or Debian does this stuff. So they can actually go have a go with that stuff. We have the Sentry Safe hacking device. So yes, the flipper does offer it as well, where you can actually brute force open Sentry Safes, the PIN code ones. We show them that there's actually a chip that we've got, which you plug in, add a power pack to, boom, opens it, sets and user code to 12345. This does the same thing. So you'd say to them, like, look, you can buy a chip, or you can do this to get into Sentry Safes and stuff like that. Here, I think it also works on Master Lock safes, but I haven't got my hands on one, and they're about $600, and it's a lot of money, and I'm just after the door lock itself. I'm not after the whole safe, I'm just after the PIN code system, so I can have it set up just as a demonstration for people, so they can have a go. But $600 on a safe's a lot of money just for that, although we would be the only people that actually offer that service as well. Like, people can have a go at it. They have a look at our little ESP32 cameras that we can put into coffee cups and stuff like that and have them sitting around somewhere, and we can live watch them or save the videos and watch people use pin codes and stuff like that. So we have little cameras that we can put into stuff. So we show them all these little hacking tools. The authors that we make and sell, the author V3s, we show them. They go, what's this little device? It's like, well, you plug it into here, run this, and I can hack your Wi-Fi. I can disconnect your devices from the Wi-Fi. I can do all this stuff. So they can't believe how easy this stuff is. So if you've got a wireless doorbell, runs a video camera, runs off Wi-Fi, most of them are still very easy to deactivate. So I can just freeze the image. I said, so your doorbell won't work. I've got Wi-Fi cameras here. I can deactivate those cameras and walk in, do what I want, walk back out. Can't see anything. Stop the attack, cameras come back online, and you can see me. The only thing is, if they do save onto an SD card, onto the actual camera itself, then it still records that on there, but the live view freezes because it disconnects from the Wi-Fi. I actually disconnected the PlayStation with the Wi-Fi once to teach my son a lesson. He was on there playing, so I deactivated it, or de-offed it. So yeah, people learn about that stuff, which really freaks me out. When you can hack a safe lock. I actually don't know if you can hack one of them. That would be interesting. Oh yeah, this has the Sentry Safe. Where are we? Apps. Let's go. What was it? GP10. Sentry Safe. Yep. Black to ground, green to C1. Press OK to open safe. So as long as you got the little pins you can put into here, put it into the lock, opens. Little cards, chips that I got sent to me does the same thing. But love from California. Josh likes food. We all like food. Hey, what's up? Just wanted to pop in and say hi and I love your videos. Thanks, mate. It's 4 a.m. here. Where I am, so going to sleep. 4 a.m. Jeez. That's the whole thing about trying to do live streams here in Australia when 99% of my followers are in America. Really does make it hard. But thank you. $500 log for a 10. Yeah, I'm trying to find Sentry Safe stuff bigger in America. It's harder to find them here. That's what I mean. I found one, but it's $600, and I'm like, I just want the dial. I just want the electric dial off it. So if anyone actually has one laying around, and you don't mind sending it, that'll be awesome. Let me know. But yeah, so that's the other thing that we show people that we offer that others don't, is they can have a look at the hacking devices. The one that actually freaks them out the most, which is kind of funny, because we talked to them, I've got the ESP32 board near for hacking Wi-Fi using the flipper. They get freaked out by this, but you use it. All good, mate. They get freaked, they look at that stuff and like, oh yeah, right. But what freaks them out the most, we show them the Pernagotchi, which we can steal Wi-Fi handshakes with to crack passwords. The captive portals. So we show them and tell them about captive portals. This one puts out and says free Wi-Fi. People connect to it. We actually run this when we do classes and see if anyone connects to it. Because it comes up with a phishing page and it says, in order to be able to access the free Wi-Fi, must create an account, email, password. People use the same emails for everything. People use the same passwords for everything. And then it says, once they click join, it says authenticating, create an account, you'll have internet access momentarily, and it never changes. But it's just sent me the email address and password that they typed in. So we teach them and show them about this stuff. Like, we can actually take that. That freaks me out a little bit, not a whole lot. We say to them about this. We can use this to clone gate controls. We can brute force gates with radio frequencies and stuff like that. But we also have the Evil Crow V2, which runs. Well, actually, I can't run it off. I have to run it off my laptop because I don't have the tablet anymore. I used to run this off the tablet and show them that this is the same thing. We can actually hack and steal like radio frequencies with it. But Flipper, I think, is a little bit more user friendly, and I kind of prefer the Flipper for that. But again, it's another option that we show. But that doesn't really freak me out that much. The Author V3s that we sell, again, we tell them like we can hack Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So these are the tools that we have on us that aren't about physical locks, but we still use them for entry. We teach them about the USB condoms. USB data blockers that, yes, we now stock because these things are freaking awesome. If you take a phone charger into your work and you've got laptop or computers at work and you want to charge your phone off the computers, but you don't want to go plugging it in, use one of these. If you have to use the charge port out in public and stuff like that, yes, a lot of the new phones will come up with, when you connect your charger to a computer, do you want to charge or transfer data? You click no for transferring data. But having this as a little data blocker, just to stop that transfer anyway, always handy and highly recommended. It's also why I carry USB power packs with me everywhere. Again, about radios that we show on this is a RTL SDR, so plug this into the laptop, bring up the software for it, and we can listen to radio frequencies. We can listen to people talking on them, radio stations, can even see if what frequency a car key remote transmits on, and stuff like that, so we can actually see it and view them on here. You also do a lot of other cool stuff with that. Software-defined radio. But what freaks me out the most, I actually realised that I set of headphones in there. What freaks me out the most though is this. Now this isn't the OMG cable. I'd love to get my hands on an OMG cable, just they're really expensive. But this does just a good job at freaking people out. This looks like a phone charging cable. You can't tell the difference, but it's a bad USB. I've programmed this one for good. This one, when it actually pops up you plug it into a computer, it runs a script, which I'll actually show you. So you can see it will run a script. So I'm going to try and set up my laptop in a way you can see. Again, I'd like to be able to run this off my laptop, but since I can't update OBS at the moment, or drivers won't update, so I'm going to bring my camera over here and turn this around so you can see. So, going to take the cable. There's nothing else plugged into my laptop. And just to show you, I'm not pressing any buttons. I'll make it back a little bit further. So I'm going to take this, and I'm literally just going to plug it into a USB port. I'm going to leave it, not touching anything. It's going to bring up a little command prompt down the bottom. And I did program this one to run slow, so I can actually explain. So it's brought up Notepad, and now it's going to type all this out. Which it's not going to stop until I unplug it. So I'll unplug that. So I programmed this one for good. So I've unplugged it now. But just to show people, literally it types in, runs commands, and you can actually program these to run that fast that you can't see it. You can program it to, did program this once where you set it, you plug it into the computer, unplug it, and then it literally, if someone pressed a button, it let out this massive scream. It would turn the volume up to the maximum, let out this massive, horrible scream out of the speakers on the computer, and it would change the background to that zombie girl face. and stuff like that. You can program these to give you remote access into a computer system or put a virus on there or something like that. But Quiet here, I programmed it for good. So I literally just programmed it to rickroll people. So it just says never going to give you up, never going to let you down. Then it says please remember to be careful with cables, or you can get worse than rickrolled, which is true. So this is what actually freaks me out the most: is a tiny little cable that looks like a phone charging cable, and that really freaks people out because if I left that sitting out somewhere and someone's like, "Oh, cool, I use USB-C. It's a phone charging cable, no problems." Plug it in the computer, we've got access. Same as rubber duckies, but yeah, for a bad USB. But people will actually pick this up and they're like, "Why you got a phone charging cable sitting here?" And they're looking at it and they're, "Yeah, that's just a phone charging cable." I'm like, "No, it's not. Be careful." So yeah, that's why I program this one for good. It runs really slow. So yeah, it's the simplest things that scare him. The other one that really freaks him out is Master Lock 140 bypass and 150. Because the amount of people go, "Oh, I've got that on my shed. I use that one. It's on my gate." I'm like, "Cone pick." They're like, "I used to have that on my shed. I used to have that on my gate." I'm like, "Yeah, telling you." So yeah, that freaks me out the most. I love playing with these tools though. People don't realise that when it comes to gaining access in the buildings and stuff like that, it's more than just picking locks and stuff like that. It's also the cyber side of things. And again, when it comes to deauthors, we have, again, a watch, so we can actually deauthenticate and attack devices using the watch. So it's going to scan for stations and APs. Have you ever heard of the little memory resident programs for old DOS PCs? No, I remember DOS, but no, don't remember them. I can't even remember any DOS commands I used to know. So yeah, that's another fun one, is showing a watch that we can wear and just hack Wi-Fi. Which I found in some people's hands isn't a good thing. Because my son, I gave him the author, and he was going around everywhere riff-rolling people and then spamming like 1 billion free McDonald's Wi-Fi. So yeah, we have these tools that people get to play with as well. Out of all these tools, one of my favourites is quite literally like the Punagotchi. I do love the Punagotchi. It's a lot of fun for cracking Wi-Fi passwords and stuff like that. And yeah, the Flipper. Freaking awesome multi-tool device. It really is. So that is always on me. The only thing I'm not a whole big fan on, because it's a little bit hard to navigate around, is the Wi-Fi hacking with the Flipper. I personally prefer the DALP V3, better layout. Don't get me wrong, this is cool, and the fact that you can actually hack Wi-Fi with a Flipper is cool as well. But just personally, I think the DALP V3 is a much better layout, much easier layout. And we can set it for class mode, where it blocks out MAC addresses and stuff like that, so people don't know. That's what they would do. The screen display, the screen would crash to this. That is cool. So yeah, I mean, that's what I like about us, what we do, the way we teach classes, is they don't just learn about physical entry methods and weaknesses with locks and devices, stuff like that, but they learn about the cyber side of stuff, because let's face it, digital and physical are together. You can't have one without the other these days. So, showing them that, yeah, look, okay, because everyone always does the same thing. Oh, you picked the lock, yeah, whatever, but it's got RFID and it's got this, and I'm like, yeah, we can still get through that. I love people like, oh, yeah, you can copy your keys, you can pick the lock, but you can't pick an RFID lock. I'm like, no, but I can steal your credentials. I can sniff your card if I build a long-range reader. I can clone your cards, I can sniff your cards, I can put an ESP key into the reader and steal everyone's things. Replay the last, access it through Wi-Fi, control it off my phone and use that to play the last card. And stuff like that. People like they kind of get cocky and they're like, oh, no, you can't do that. Yeah, you can do this, but this would be in place. And it's like, yeah, but come on. So that's why we teach them both the physical side of things and the cyber side of things and some devices, because it's what we use when we gain access and stuff like that. Yeah, okay. We can, someone leaves a window open, oh, we'll climb through the window, but all the doors are all RFID locked, and it's like, okay, well, can't really, pick them. But we could steal credentials and then use them to gain access through everything. The other one that I'm still working on, which I haven't been able to get the Bunnings to buy the wood to do it, which my sister is coming over tomorrow, so I might ask her to take me to Bunnings, is to build the half door for the under door training and slipping door latches and stuff like that. That's the next one that I've got to work on and finish building. I've got some really cool little gadgets here. I've got a little phone to plug in that we can call. Great in elevators. As I was saying, I've got Proxmart 3. I always have some tags and cards and stuff like that in there as well. I've gone through this bag a few times. We have a pen, which I accidentally broke the clip on. Looks like a pen, works like a pen, except for the fact that it's got a camera in it. So, we say to people, we can have this sitting in our pocket and video what's going on. No one knows. So we actually use this with a bug detector device we've got. So they can actually look through it and it will make the camera lens shine and flash back at you and stuff like that. So we say to people, you got USB chargers now that have cameras in them. You have smoke detectors that can have a camera in it. So if you're not quite sure about the hotel you're staying in, buy one of these cheap $15 bug sniffers and have a look around to see if anything flashes back. If it does, you got a camera. So that's what we like to teach people as well. So we don't just teach them about, as I say, the locks and some cyber stuff. We also teach them some little helpful tips like looking out for cameras. Because, come on, there's creepos out there. And having these knowledge and that, people are like, I never thought of that. I'm like, now it's time to think of that. What's the other thing in here? Oh, I forgot I had this in here. Another good one that comes in handy, which battery's going flat. It's a little black light. Yeah, it's got a hole through the wall. It's got a hole through the wall. I'm confused now. So yeah, it's a part of why we do what we do and all this extra stuff and that we put out there. Yeah, this bag normally goes everywhere with me because I normally have like power packs, and one of my other favourites that I'd like to remind people to get and use, RFID blocking bags. Fantastic. You don't even want to track or trace you. Put your phone in it. Can't call you. They can't do anything. Your phone literally becomes dead. Use it around airports. Make sure you are very, very far away from any airports before you turn your phone on or off airplane mode. Because, yes, the government do use man-in-the-middle attacks now. And will literally download everything off. Bypass locks alarms. Yeah. yes, every government does spy, and they can literally take everything off your phone or put a virus onto your phone around airports. I'm not saying that as a conspiracy theorist thing. There's actually a documentary that I watched, and they explained that they do use man-in-the-middle attacks. So, yeah, keep your eyes out on that one. That's why I never trust anything. If I had any tip for, as I always say to people, I'm like, always treat everything as suspicious. But as I always get people say to me, it's like, especially when they teach these classes, people always come up and they're like, oh, you can get through any lock. I'm like, no. Oh, you're a fantastic lock picker. I'm like, sometimes, yes. Has been better for a long time. Exactly. Like I was the only lock, and the one I love the most is there's only locks you can't get through. You can't pick. I'm like, yeah, there's lots of locks I can't pick. It depends on the bloody day. I mean, as I say to them, like I've had a master lock that I can, any lock that I can pick in a second, get it open. Then I have other days where I'm sitting there picking on the thing for hours and can't get it. It's just, yeah. So I love that one. It's like, is there any locks you can't pick? Well, yeah. It depends on the day. That's why I have multiple tools and multiple ways of attack a lock. Yeah, okay, I can sometimes rake open a lock in a couple of seconds. Fantastic, awesome. Other days I'll try it, doesn't work. Get the Lishy pick out. Lishy pick's always fantastic. But then I have days where I can't get the Lishy pick to work. Doesn't work. So I get the electric pick gun out. And use that, or I just slip the door latch. But yeah, I love that question all the time. It's great just to see people's reactions. And the other one that always surprises people, they're like, I bet you have the most high security locks on your house. I bet it's locked up like Fort Knox. I'm like, nope. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm not worried about someone picking the lock on my front door. I said, I want an easy lock on my front door. I said, so if I lock myself out, at least I can get myself in very quickly. Rather than, having something like a buy lock on the front door and be like, oh, I'm stuffed. The higher the security lock, the harder it is to get in. So, yeah, I don't worry about that stuff. It's just funny when people have that reaction to it. They do it quite often. Because I mean, like when people realise how easy it is when we show them. I've had so many with some of the locks that we do bypassing with. They're like, I've got one of them locks. I've got that lock. I use that lock. Oh, do you now? The one that freaked him out, really freaked him out. So this is a really old method. I said, very old method. I said, I'm going to teach you how to open a lock with a lock. They're like, a lock with a lock? I'm like, yes. So see this lock here? I'm like, watch. Add slight pressure, hold the shackle, add slight pressure down the body of the lock. Grab another lock, bigger lock, whack, do a wrap on it. Pops it open, they're like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah. Exactly. It's not the lock you got to worry about, it's the guy on the other side of the door. Or the weapon on the other side of the door. That's what you got to watch out for. It's kind of reminds me of that whole joke. The guy comes up and sees this dog there. The guy standing there and he goes, oh, it's a dog bite. And the guy goes, nah. He goes to pat it, the dog bites him. He goes, I thought you said your dog don't bite. And the guy goes, that's not my dog. Yeah, that's what that one reminds me of. But, so sorry about that. I just got a message or notification come through. That's going to be really loud. So yeah, people get that whole thing when you teach classes when they realise how easy it is to get through a lot of locks and stuff like that. It really opens up their minds. When we talk to them afterwards and get feedback, and we ask them, like, what's changed in your mind? What how do you look at things now? Like, well, I didn't think to look at that, you know. When we tell them about, you know, the little hidden cameras and stuff like that, little $15 device, they can make sure they're like, oh, I could have stayed in a hotel that's got cameras. I'm like, yes. You know, that's these little things when they work out or when they learn that, okay, oh, yep, geez, I didn't realize it was that easy. Their mentality changes. And that's what I love about like, when we teach people is you see them at the start and they're like, oh, you know, oh, this, you know, whatever. And then when they do it, they're like, oh, okay, that was really easy. Now I know what to look out for. So that's what we love about teaching. That's what we love teaching classes. Changing the world one brain at a time. And stuff like that. And they don't realize how easy a lot of these methods are or how easy it is to build a device to slip a door latch or, you know, pick how easy it is to pick locks and how easy it is to get lockpicks and stuff like that. So that's what we like teaching them, and not just focusing on one thing. We have a whole variety when it comes to security, both physical and cyber. And we teach people about non-destructive entry and how to get into through locks and doors non-destructively. But we do have our destructive tools as well, which we all love to play with. Cost a lot to play with them. But as we say to people, you know, we have them there as well. For example, the multi-pick bell puller, core puller. So we say to people now, we teach us how to get in without causing damage. But if we wanted to cause damage and stuff like that, we could just drill this screw into here, into the core, hook this on, rip the core out, stick a screwdriver and pop the door open. So, you know, we teach them about there's destructive ways to get in, but that leaves evidence, that leaves signs that you got in there. We teach you about non-destructive as well, which doesn't leave any evidence. Well, very minimal evidence. If you pick the lock, you know, you look at the key pins, you're going to see pick marks. Deviant does some awesome videos on that, on forensics of locks. So he even does one with a Lishy pick to see, because you can actually tell when you look at a key pin, you can tell if it's been just keys been in there, or you can tell if it's been picked. There is scratches and marks and forensic evidence inside on the key pins that people don't realise. But I mean, small scratches on key pins, tiny little key pins, it's a lot harder to notice and pick up on unless you're really looking for it than the door being kicked in or the core being ripped out. But yeah, so we show people and they have a go at all the tools. They can have a go at the under the door tool. If the establishment that we're training at has handles set up where we can actually use an under the door tool, and they give us aren't stealthy, just fast, smash and grab. So yeah, if they've got area, that's why we want to get the half door set up, because that way then we're not leaving rub marks on their doors and stuff like that. So that's why I want to get the half door built so that they can actually use the under door tool, hook onto the door handle, pull down, open it, and go, oh, that is easy. I do love the under door tool. I've had to use it at work a few times. One of them was a door to get out onto a roof section, and the lock wasn't in it. There's the lock to unlock it, because it was just a lock, no handle on the inside, just a lock, and the lock wasn't in there, and couldn't turn it. So I used the under door tool, hook on the outside, pull the handle down, push door open, and then I put the lock back in because it was sitting out, and fix the door. Another one was in a room where the lock had seized, no one could get in because none of the keys would work. So I get called in, go up, I'm like, yeah, under door tool, boom, open, pull lock out, clean it, free it, get it working smooth, put it all back together again. Double door tools, we teach them about double door tools as well. And yeah, a lot of the stuff that we use. We do have some things that we don't teach them and don't talk about. And we don't let them use Lishy picks because of how expensive they are, and stuff like that. So we don't let them, they can look at them, but we don't really let them have a go at it. Next picks. Long time no see, mate. How you going? Oh my god, I sounded so freaking Aussie then, didn't I? I sounded way too Aussie. Yeah, all good here, mate. I'm still in the boot. Still, still stuck in this. So that's fun. I love the Aussie. Yeah. I have a design for a better under-the-door tool. That's interesting. I know the not-so-civil engineer, he took the under-door tool and turned it into a multi-tool. Absolutely fantastic. And I did modify mine with one of his modifications, which even Deviant uses, which is the retractable keyback system, and got rid of that braided wire. And I put Kevlar string on it, so it doesn't fray and get messed up. And the fact that you can control how much string you let out is also really good. That's the only modification to mine that I've made. The other thing we don't teach in the classes is automotive stuff. So we don't teach them about long bridge tools. We don't teach them about the tools that we use to gain access into vehicles. We do talk about master keys, and we do show them the heavy machinery master keys and all the master keys that we cut and sell and stuff like that. And we explain to them, that CL001 key can work on all these different things. But yeah, we don't teach them about automotive stuff, so that's something we don't have in the class. It's more about your buildings like houses. And we don't just focus on buildings such as workplaces and government offices and stuff like that. Yeah, we discuss about, their security is a lot higher. We also talk about your house, the locks on your front door, completely different to the ones that were used for this and stuff like that. So I have to check out his under tool, might be mine. So yeah, the not so civil engineer, fantastic. Like, he just took the underdoor tool to a whole new level. He's working on collapsible ones, on how to make your own. He even worked out a system for the straight lever handles. So not ones that curve, even though fire code dictates they must curve back in towards the door. But the straight ones, he actually worked out a system to hook onto the door, pull down the door handle without the tool slipping off. So let's say this is the door handle here. Normally it would curve back in towards the door itself, so you slide down the door tool, like the string behind it, pull down, and it would get to the end there and hold onto the handle. But if they use straight ones, when you pull down, it would just slide off. So I actually made the modification myself. Haven't used it. I actually don't know where I'll put the modification now, but I can make one up on the spot. Take a little thin piece of wire, like probably a little bit thinner than a coat hanger, and you make a little loop on one end, and then you make a hook on the other end. So it's like a little fishing hook shape. And you have it so that the fishing hook kind of sits down this way. Let's say my finger's the fishing hook, right? You have it on the top of the underdoor tool, so where the underdoor tool curves up. The little loop here, which sits up against the door, have it sit on the top there, this little loop that freely spins. So when you come across, you bring it right past the door handle. So then that little hook lifts up and hooks onto the back end of the door handle. I don't have a lever handle inside here. I've got them out in my shop, but not in here. So it comes up, hooks over the door handle, and then you can actually pull down on it, and it's going to hold on and not slide off. Absolute genius. Very simple modification to do, but to be able to tack straight door handles, awesome. The other one he also worked out was for knobs. I'm not talking about, no, I won't go there. When I say knobs. So he actually worked out another system for attacking knobs, not handles, but the knobs. I can't keep saying, I've got to stop saying that word. he also worked out a system of using the underdoor tool for crash bars, which was awesome. So yeah, he literally took the underdoor tool and made a whole new system out of it for attacking all these ones. Absolutely love the stuff he's done, and it really is an awesome tool. I'm actually wanting to get a couple more. They are expensive, but I want to get a couple more so I can have a couple more for classes. But the main thing is actually at the moment is getting this half door built so that I can actually have a half door that we can set up. Legs come out. It's got its free stands, and they can slip door latches and use the underdoor tool on it. Which I kind of got the inspiration for the half door from the Not So Civil Engineer, but not one where he can replace the handles and stuff like that. His system is completely different. But I will give credit where credit is due with that one. So, and no alcohol this live stream. This is actually Stonade to keep hydrated. So yeah, still get quite a bit of pain in my ankle. Still quite a bit of swelling. Proud owner of a knob. I have a knob sitting right over there. Well, I was just thinking about that. Give me a second, I'm going to grab it so I can kind of explain. And yes, I still have to use crutches to get around because I can't put weight on that foot. Well, half my body weight. This is actually one that I took off a house. I rekeyed all the others, and this one I replaced because it was worn out and not good. So I still got it sitting here. This is a made in Taiwan. Can't remember what this was now. Doesn't say what it is. But yeah, so he worked out a system. It was like a grip tape, so you could bring the underdoor tool up, come over, pull down, and then kind of like it was weird how it would grip the handle and turn. But this is one of my knobs. Yeah, this is one I took off because it was just the keyway's worn out, something shocking, and it was just horrible. And since it's been a bloody long time since I actually picked a lock on camera, let's see if I can get this one. Gee, it has been a very long time since I've done any picking live or any picking on camera. Now I say that, I was trying to pick a lock live. I won't be able to. It's just my luck and the way things always go. Because it has been that long. And just to show you, it is actually locked. That's what I mean. I went from Locksport and picking everything and anything for hobbies, and then I just went into work, and I'm only just pick around with Lishy picks and work on locks that I come across on a daily basis. Although, not so much recently since I've been stuck, not being able to drive. And now I remember where I placed this. Because it is not good on the inside. At all. Feels like it's so gummed up. Yep. It's so gummed up and so horrible on the inside of this. Yes, I used to be a chef. I am actually a qualified chef. Ugh. Yuck. I am actually a fully qualified chef. I am also a test and tag technician. I am a qualified personal care assistant as well, so I can look after the elderly people because I have my Cert 3 in individual support and home care. Not totally mental. Yeah, I am actually a qualified chef. What else? I am also a maintenance officer. I also am a physical entry specialist. That's what I like to call myself. That and a legal criminal. Because I get paid to act like a criminal and do criminal activities. But legally. I always had to make that distinction. Legally. This lock is so gummed up and so much crap in it. Respect the care staff. Yeah, don't always get the respect. Not sometimes with dementia residents. I've been kicked in the nuts twice in 1 week. And I don't mean a little kick, I mean a full on. I've been punched, kicked, spat on, slapped, kissed, hit on by a 103-year-old that asked which room I was staying in because she wanted to look through my bedroom window. So it is a hard job at times. I've had residents die. I had one actually die in my arms, and stuff like that. So it can be hard. I'm lucky that my brain is the way it is, because that stuff doesn't affect me. So I am lucky in that respect. What was it I was saying? 0.1 for autism. Yeah, respite care. So yeah, so when I'm not running the business, so I work 3 jobs. So I work as a personal carer. I also work as a maintenance officer at the same facility. And then I also run DALP. So I'm usually working 3 jobs. At the moment, I'm off work and stuck. There's tension much. Since I'm stuck in the boot, I've been off work. It's making life very, very difficult. I'll be open and honest, because I am. It is quite difficult and challenging at the moment. That's a bit better. Got a better tension wrench in there. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of bottom of the keyboard. I do prefer top. But the multi-pick double-ended, thick at one end and then skinny down the other is my favourite. I don't know why. It's just, it sits in there so well. And the fact that it's double-ended and it just works. Nice, rigid tension wrench. See if I get this. Really should have grabbed some lube because this thing is so gummed up. It's not funny. Like, I can just feel it. It feels like it's been left in a swamp for years. Like, it's just, it feels so gummy. It's not funny. So yeah, that's what I do. I retired from the chef trade. I left that only because I couldn't keep doing 14-hour days, 6 days a week. And I lost the passion for it when so the worst thing is, like, even today I had to go to the chemist and get script done. And the lady at the chemist, she's like, "Oh, what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, I broke my ankle in 2 places." I'm like, fracture on one side, the other side is smashed into little pieces. She's, "Oh, how long ago was that?" So it's been over a month. So it was a month on the 17th of last month. Yeah. I'm like, so I've got another month to go. And she goes, "Oh, how'd it happen? Didn't bounce." I said, "No." She goes, "Oh, what'd you do? Come off a motorbike, or, how'd you do it at footies?" I'm like, "No, come off a flying fox." She started laughing. She goes, "Sorry." I'm like, "No, it's all right." I said, I laughed as well. And everyone has said to me, like, "No more flying foxes." I'm like, "I'm stupid enough. I'll get back on one, trust me." It was just a freak accident the way I landed. It just went snap, crackle, and pop. Like, we all heard my ankle go snap. It sounded like a gunshot went off when I hit the ground. And I started laughing. And I'm like, that don't feel right. And yeah, it's been over a month, and I mean, like, the month's gone fast. Don't get me wrong, but as I was saying earlier, like, I haven't been doing content. I haven't been on Instagram. I haven't really been around much because I've been down and stressed and stuff like that. Because, I mean, like, being off work, not having income coming in, making it really difficult. Because I can't drive and stuff like that, I've been having to get Ubers around. And like just today, to go from here where I live to the doctors and back was $45 in an Uber. And stuff like that. And then, getting the email that my rent is going up. And not being able to work, it is really hard at the moment. That's why I've been really thankful for people putting orders in and ordering stuff off the website. I can still do orders, I can still cut keys and stuff like that. Just in my line of work, my other jobs, there's no light duties and stuff like that. So that's what makes it hard. This block really does want to play ball. It literally feels like a swamp. This has been sitting in a swamp and then it's dried out, and it just feels so gummed up and horrible. It is not funny. Like, I'm kind of scared I'm going to break a pick in there. That's how bad it feels. That's the 15,000th. I don't know what's going on with this. So yeah, it's been really stressful, and I've just been that stressed and down. I haven't done any videos. I've kind of just disappeared a little bit. So even though I've had time to do them and I've been like free to get around, and I kept saying I was going to do videos. It's just I couldn't bring myself to do them. Alpha's entry lockpicking. G'day, mate. How you going? Can't call you tripod anymore. I was still a tripod. Don't worry about that. Like when I had to get the boot, the doctor was looking. He's like, "What size shoe are you?" I'm like, 13 men's. He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, size 13 men's." He goes, "You don't look that big," and I lift my other shoe. I goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, no, I see it." So I said, "Well, wouldn't I look weird being 6'2" tall and having small feet?" And stuff like that. It's like bloody the size of my hands as well. That one always gets people. I just heard a click. That makes a change. It's the first click I've heard in this lock. It really does feel horrible. It's a laugh. That's what my boss said to me yesterday. When I was on the phone to her. She's like, at least she's still got a good sense of humour, because I said, the way things are going, rah, rah, rah. I said, I'm tempted to be on, go down the street corner and start dancing. She's like, show off your good leg. I said, yeah, the worst is that I can't dance, that I've got 2 left feet. She goes, at least you still got your sense of humour. Like, yeah, you know, Liz didn't say prostitution. Like, I'd be bad at that, trust me. I don't like anyone touching me. I don't like physical contact. So I actually have a badge that I wear when I'm at work. It says, look, but don't touch. So you can imagine me, that'd be terrible. You know, hey, baby, come over here. Just don't touch me. Yeah. But as I was saying, I've just got to focus on work and try and get orders in and trying to get some more business and stuff like that. Classes will be absolutely fantastic. That's what I'm saying, like the channel memberships that I've got 2 people on there now running the channel memberships. Pat and I can't remember the other guy's name. I'll have to look it up. Give me 1 second because I do have to do thank yous and shout outs. One of the perks of joining the channel memberships is the fact that we run thank yous to people that join. So let me bring up here. Is it going to show me the people? No, that's okay. I need to go the other one to say thank you and to give them shout outs because it's a part of it. Come on, wake up, computer. I am after verify it's me. Of course it's me. I'm just hoping that was the right password. Because I have... And this is going to freeze. Sorry about that. Thank you. I do apologise. It froze because it had to verify that it was me. Pains in the tuchus. So we have, of course, Pat, the guy who paid us a lot of money to drink, which is absolutely bloody awesome. So a massive shout out to Pat and Joseph. So they're both part of the DALP fans in the membership section. So they always get shout outs and thank yous in the live streams and stuff like that. Extra perks. But as I was saying, I'm going to add an extra level on here. So it'll be the same price as the subscription base off of the website. So our private Discord server, the DALP Discord server, as I was saying earlier, where we do a lot of discussions on topics that we don't bring out to the public. We share stuff that we don't bring out to the general public and stuff like that. So I'm going to add it, because it's a subscription-based one, I'm going to add it to the channel memberships. So the next level up, you'll get a invite to the DALP Discord server, which has a lot of interesting topics and a lot of stuff that we go over. As I say, like James and I are working on an idea for a topic for a video with him, which OBS fixed up first, which is can a flipper steal a car, which he wants to cover. We were talking about the universal handcuff key, some products that we're working on, such as the traveler's hook. So we've got all the different sections. We do podcast talks on there and just random chats. So we'll jump on the casual chats or even the podcast recording. So if you become a member of the Discord server, you can join in on podcasts. We might actually start getting some going once we get OBS fixed to be able to record them. So you can jump in, we have a conversation, we discuss a topic, our thoughts and opinions on that topic and stuff like that. And then it gets uploaded onto YouTube or to the members only section. So it can be discussions, anything you want to discuss. In that section, we've got the lock picking and non-destructive entry. We've got the world of Kali Linux or Kali. So we'll talk about Kali Linux. If you play around with cracking passwords, You can talk about password cracking, or ones that you've captured you would like help cracking and stuff like that, or whatever. Sniffing and spoofing, wireless attacks, database assessment, OSINT, open source information gathering, and stuff like that. Code lines, use useful links to scripts and stuff like that. Then we have Hack the Planet, the general hacking section, where we talk about general hacking stuff, Wi-Fi hacking, RFID hacking and cloning, radio frequency hacking. Again, useful links for hacking, Flipper Zero information, so we share firmware and files and stuff for the Flipper Zero. And hacking stuff videos, so videos that are interesting on hacking. Also have for SHTF, so again, like EDC stuff, EDC like preparedness, cooking of food, prepping stuff, communications, so like Don's, who's on there, he is into radios. James Randolph is fantastic when it comes to radios. So there's communications, you can talk about radio systems and stuff like that. Again, we've got resources section, so free downloads for stuff, YouTube channels to watch, YouTube videos. Then, yeah, if you become a member of the Discord server, you have the DALP products. So we discuss products before they get released. People get notified about products before they get released on the Discord server. And can even set up in a way as well. Now I actually have a, what's it called? PayPal. I actually got PayPal set up now. So if someone wants to order something that hasn't been released yet, they want the very first one, you can set up through PayPal, pay for it. I post it off kind of thing. So yeah, if we release a product on here before we release it off the website, something like that, and someone's interested, you can get your hands on it. There's also 3D printing talk. So we talk about 3D printing stuff, share files, products and stuff like that. And again, there's a porn section, but not what you're thinking. It's lock porn and everyday carry porn. So, knives, or tools, or again, locks. So, I mean, my one that I love, my everyday carry, I cannot go anywhere without these. Love my Nevex Cobras. Literally, since SE Lock Key Jason shared it and spoke about it, I had to get my hands on one, and I am not complaining. Absolutely fantastic. Really good. So, yeah, the channel memberships, the next level up, so it'll be the same subscription price as the website. Yeah, without censoring, I have nothing to say. So I'm just catching up with comments now. Exactly. I worked out that's why they don't have fans in aged care facilities, in case it does hit the fan. That would be hilarious. No, I've had to clean that up off walls before. That's not fun at all. So yeah, we'll set up the channel memberships so that you can join and become part of the Discord server. So that, I reckon, will be bloody awesome to get more people on there. And again, because I'm off work and can't work and stuff like that, it does make life really bloody hard. So hopefully this will make things a little bit easier, and share a little bit more information and stuff like that. Now I'm going to go back to this lock that I was trying to get before that is that gummed up. It's not funny. I really should just clean this, but now I remember why I took it off the house, because it's just bad. Got the Octo Rake. There, D. Actually, that's the guy comment on my Octo Rake video, and he's saying like he's never been able to get anything open with it. And I'm like, yeah, actually, I haven't used mine in that long. Yeah. I'll find you on Discord if you can. So yeah, the private Discord server is a subscription-based server. So you subscribe, and then each month you pay it and to stay on it. Otherwise you don't have access. Just that way we can filter out people that aren't in it for the right reasons, and only in it to learn bad things or do bad things. That's the downside to Discord, because you can get a lot of troublemakers. The Extraordinary League of Pickers Discord server. I am an administrator on there, moderator, and you get people. It's gone really quiet now. No one really goes on anymore. But you get people that just cause trouble, and it makes it hard. I haven't been on that one for I don't know how long, so I have to get back on there and stuff. So yeah, I really don't like the Octo Rogue. Just realised I don't like the Octo Rogue. I don't know what's going on with this lock, but now I remember why I replaced it, because it was bad. Even in here is so gummed up. Like, it's just disgusting. So, anyway, what's what I've been working on. But yeah, I do promise also that I will get back into doing more content, and I will get back into putting stuff up on Instagram. I know I've lost a heap of followers on Instagram because I just haven't posted anything. I've just been so down and crap that not wanting to do anything. Except for binge watching Big Bang Theory. I realised that I'm that bad with that I still remember lines and stuff like that from it. I've also been back to playing guitar quite a bit. Since I've been stuck on the couch, feeling crappy. So yeah, I've been playing the guitar quite a bit. Finally got all the Metallica solo down. I actually got round to learning it. It's been that long. I knew all of it except for the main solo. So I finally learned and taught myself the main solo. Took me a little while to get it, but finally got it. So another one of my interests and hobbies is guitar and ukulele and drums and bass and bagpipes. Yeah, I'm bad. So how many hobbies can someone have? Hacking, picking locks, bypassing locks, teaching and training, working all these jobs, and still plays guitar and badly, but everyone loves Metallica. I actually seen them live. That was awesome. I have to admit though, it wasn't as good as Kiss. Kiss was better live. That's my personal opinion anyway. Seeing Kiss live was a lot better. Gene Simmons doing the Blood solo, like, oh my god, that was cool. And seeing Paul Stanley fly over the top of everyone, up to the stage at the back just to sing Love Gun. Yeah, I'm old school, so I like old school metal. Like Metallica, Kiss, AC/DC. I also like Slipknot, Rammstein, love Rammstein, Lamb of God. I have one of the weirdest, and of course, Queen. My favourite band of all time is Queen. But yeah, old school metal is me. Such as, I'm trying to think, but I got a lot of different ones. Jason. Jeez, I haven't seen you in ages, mate. I can't remember the name, but I remember the picture. Been a year since it's been logged on to Discord. Yeah, I haven't been on that one for ages. It's around when those calls were new. I didn't realise that someone said to me, it's like, I'm talking about like, back in the 90s, and they're like, that was a long time ago. Iron Maiden, yeah. Queen, 100%, yeah. They're like, 1990s was more than 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, crap. One I saw, it's like, you're old. Like, never realised you're old until, they went to a museum and they saw a Discman, the old CD player Walkman, in the museum. And I'm like, crap, I had one of them. They were horrible. They were absolutely horrible. One bump and the CD would skip and stop. And the batteries wouldn't last that long. And I remember the first MP3 player I got. It was like huge, man, huge. It's 125 megabytes. Like, like that was bad. And a floppy disk. The old floppy disk could save the world and stuff like that. And then you look at it and it's like, dude, it was like 5 megabytes on a floppy disk. Like, and now you look at the stuff we got today. Like, there's more power today than in smaller devices than what they had back then. Like, I still remember my teachers being like, you need to learn maths. It's not like you're going to have a calculator everywhere you go. That's my teacher's favourite ones. Love the floppy. What a name, floppy disk. Yeah, maths teachers are always like, you need maths. You're not going to have calculators everywhere you go. No one carries the calculators around. It's like, smartphones these days have calculators. Although I will agree with Albert Einstein. Why say Einstein weird? Einstein. He turned around and said, and I do agree with this 100%. The day that technology surpasses human interaction will breed a generation of idiots. That was what he said. And he was right. Because a lot of people these days, and I'm not saying this in a bad way or being disrespectful or anything like that. It's just an observation that I've learned and I've told my kids as well. That a lot of people these days don't learn stuff. They're like, why do I need to learn that? What do I need to learn that for? If I need to know that, I just Google it. I just watch a YouTube video on it. I'm like, you should still learn stuff. Watching a video on something and actually trying to do that thing is two different things. Yeah, I could watch a video on how to go skydiving. Yeah, no problems. I can watch a video on that. Am I going to go and do it on my own? Hell no. Because it's not as easy as it looks on camera. We talk about picking locks. It's quite easy to see somebody picking a lock and say, put a tension wrench in the bottom of the keyway, add turning force to that core, take a pick, stick it in, and lift up on the pins. Yeah, okay, it's easier for me to say that. But actually putting that into practice and doing it yourself, it's not as easy as what it looks. How much tension do you use? And stuff like that. How much do you push down on it? How do you tell when a pin's set and when it's not set? Although these ones, you can't tell crap because I'm still picking gunk out of it. And stuff like that, it's just unbelievable. And that's one thing that, I don't agree, or that I agree with. And, generation of idiots. Because they can't think for themselves and they've got to look up stuff. I was brought up, the way I was told was every man should know a few things. One is how to change a tyre. Exactly, because you've seen it in a video doesn't make it true. Every guy should, what I was told was, now you get called toxic masculinity, but I'm not going into that. I'm not here to talk about politics or anything like that. But I was always brought up and told that a guy should know how to change a tyre. A guy should also have a couple of tools. Every guy should have, and I don't just mean like a man, I'm just saying, this is what I was told. Every guy should have a welder, an angle grinder, and a chainsaw. That's what I was always told. And know how to use them. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. So, yeah, that's just the way I was brought up and the way I was told. I was also told if you borrow someone's car, you must always return it with full tank of petrol. That's the polite thing to do. was also told to respect your elders. And one of the really old sayings that I was told, which I don't agree with, I will admit, is, and this one is showing my age, children should be seen and not heard. Some of you might know that one. That is really bloody old. And the one saying that I never got my head around, and I still can't work out to this day, was when you're crying and you're upset, and your parents turn around and say, "Keep it up, I'll give you something to cry about." And you're already crying, but yeah. Yeah. The funniest thing about changing tyres, talking about changing tyres, so my ute, which Americans call trucks, we here in Australia call them utes. It is pretty tall, and it came with a little bottle jack, which even at the maximum height is still like a good 4 inches away from the bottom of the ute. So you can't change a tyre with that. So I had to get a four-wheel drive one, electric jack. Now I can actually lift the ute up. But yeah, everyone should know how to change a tyre. Just basic skills. That's what I teach my kids. So, although, I mean, the way I was taught things probably isn't the best way. I asked my old man to teach me how to use a welder. He goes, "See those two pieces of metal there?" He goes, "Weld them together." I'm like, "What do you do?" He goes, "Just weld them." I'd used a MIG welder with school, but I had never used an arc welder before, and that's what I bought. So I ended up trying to weld these two pieces of metal together, and he picks it up, threw it on the ground, it broke, and he goes, "Nah, did a shit job, do it again." No, it's the wife is seen and not heard. Speaking of that, my divorce is official. It came through on the 20th of December, 20th of January. So I'm officially divorced. So yeah, that was the old man with the welder, and the same with the chainsaw. He was used to teach and train chainsaw use in the SES, and I bought a chainsaw and said to him, "Can you teach me?" He goes, "See that tree, cut it." It is one of those ones. Although I did see a video the other day, and this is so true and funny. When you're a kid and you're helping your old man or helping someone working on a car, you learn how to hold the torch because you get yelled at for not having it in the right spot. It's moving. That's it. You're like, "Oh, I'll help you work on the car." Yeah, you learn how to hold the torch because you get yelled at for it. I got it 5. Yeah. Oh, well, I bought one. I still got it. Yep. I mean, I teach my kids. I actually taught my kids how to light a fire without using matches or a cigarette lighter or anything like that. I do it when we go away camping and stuff. But yeah, I always say to them, like, if you're stuck on the side of the road, you can't always just expect someone else to come and do it for you. Why would you want to spend $300 on roadside assist when you can literally take a spare out and change it yourself in 10 minutes and save yourself that money because you're going to have to buy a new tyre. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to give up on this lock because I'm still pulling chunks of crap out of it, and it's just so seized up on the inside. It just doesn't feel right. I've got to change my oil. I got to do that, but I just did the brakes on my car not long ago. Did all them myself. Discs on the front, drums on the back. Drums are a pain in the ass. I just replaced the rear tail light, which I actually got to work out which earth is playing up on it as well. But yeah, I had a lady reverse into it, smashed it, so I ordered a new one and replace that. So I can do stuff like that myself. You know, so the person that those ones you always see, it says oil on the cap, and it's like, where's the 710 cap from? 710 is oil. Or you can tell people, you know, oh, you got to go and get blinker fluid. But I mean, like, yeah, learning basic stuff like that. I just think it's important. And yeah, Albert Einstein was right. And technology is surpassing everything. Everything is being hooked up to the internet these days. Vacuum cleaners, kettles, microwaves, fridges, dishwashers, washing machines. Everything is getting hooked up to the internet and stuff like that. You know, it's just unbelievable. And yeah, technology is overtaking. Although be careful with some devices you get, because there's like vacuum cleaners that hook up to the internet and they send information back to Chinese servers. So yeah, careful what you get. You don't have spares. Really? My spares actually got to get fixed because it's bald, because I replaced it. So I got to get that done. But mine were mine's up underneath the car, underneath the tray of the ute. But yeah, mine I don't have a spare at the moment because it's bald. Because I got the spare on, so I have to replace it. The other thing I think is really weird is a lot of cars these days, a lot of the new ones here, have those spare tyres that can only last for a certain distance. I think it's like 50k or 100k, something like that. That's all they're good for. I'm like, really? A spare tyre that's going to get you nowhere? That's... I had a Lexus ES300 that I was working on doing up, and I was really doing it up. Like I sprayed it with Viper mica purple. I had blue neon lights all through the interior. Double subwoofer in the boot. Like I was doing it up to look like a car from Fast and Furious. And one of the brake lights was out. So I looked up in the book how to replace the bulb in the user manual. And it said, let's see under it, take it to your nearest Lexus dealer. That was written. I'm like, you serious? I worked out how to do it, but they want us all trying to stay content off the switch. Yeah. I'm giving up this thing. I'm gonna clean this out because it's quite literally full. Even the tension wrench is caked in gunk. That is why I replaced it. Where'd that one come from? There. Actually, one thing about it, oh no, I don't have tools in here for it. I say let's gut it, have a look, but I don't have the tools to gut it in here. They're out in my shop or in my rekeying kit in the back of the car. Can have a beer with you all day long. Yeah, I prefer Guinness. I'm Irish. Come on, I do like my Guinness. Actually, it's somebody who I will. I had someone ask me what my heritage was the other week. An Uber driver. That was it. He asked if I was Maori. I was chatting to him because, you know, I do prefer driving in silence with Uber drivers, but the guy was chatting to me. So I was being nice and conversing back, and he's like, what do you do? And I was explaining what I do. He's like, dude, you Maori? I'm like, no. He goes, come on, are you senior? He goes, you're huge. He's like, you're tall, you're big. He's like, you look like a bloody Maori. I'm like, no, mate. He goes, even your hair. I'm like, no, this is the Viking haircut. I said, no, I'm not Maori. He goes, well, what are you then? He goes, because you're not Aussie. And I'm like, well, I am Aussie. I was born here. I go, yeah, I can't really drink because of the ulcerative colitis. I cop pain when I drink now. But I mean, I still love Guinness. I still love gin. And I do love single malt scotch. Good single malt, top shelf single malt scotch. I do pay for it. I do actually have a bottle of gin in the wardrobe in the bedroom. The best gin done. It is called Queen of the Desert. It's by a brewery just outside of town here. Unbelievable. It's an Australian native botanical gin, and it is fantastic. Which is sitting in there, and I haven't drank it. But yeah, I do love gin tonics, or just gin on its own. Yeah, single malt scotch, and I do drink beer. I do love Guinness though. But yeah, so anyway, the guy's like, what are you then? I said, well, I was Australian. I said, I was born here. He goes, yeah, well, what are your parents? I said, well, my father was English. I said, he's English gypsy. I said, so that's where I get the dark skin from. And I said, my biological mother is Irish. I said, she was born in Ireland. She was raised in Ireland. I said, the old man was born and raised in England. My older two siblings were both born in the UK. They come over here, and I'm the first one born here. And he's like, oh, he goes, you still look Maori. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Doesn't matter what we are anymore. Recovering alcoholics. Yeah, gypsies, Romeo gypsies. That's why I've got gypsy tattooed here. And that's why I've got the olive skin. We had this training stuff at work that gets done every couple of years. It's like called Mission Alive or something like that. It's about the workplace and about the principles, the workplace, and about working as a team, trying to lift the spirits up and stuff like that. And we had to do one of, we sit in groups, those are different groups of people. And it was things we all have in common, things we don't have in common. And one we all had in common on the table, which is one I brought up, was which way toilet paper goes. And everyone's like, I said, right, I said, this is either we all have it in common. I said, oh, hey, we're back. Sorry, it dropped internet for a minute then for some reason. Come on, fix up. So yeah, either which way the toilet paper goes. And then the other one I turned around and said, like, well, said, I think we all have in common, we're all recovering alcoholics. Yeah. I said, well, maybe some of us are. No, I did drink. I did stop drinking for a very long time because when you work as a chef, you literally drink every night. And it got to the stage where I was literally drinking every night. You go home, pass out, wake up, feel cool as a dog, vomit, try and down a coffee, vomit, then go back to work. And do it all over again. So yeah, I quit drinking for a very long time. Quite a few years. And now, because of my stomach, I'm very careful. And I know Christmas time I did have a few drinks. I paid for it, but yeah. So I'm trying to read comments and look here. But no, if I So I can get my dual passport and I can go over to the UK. I can live over there. I do want to travel over there because 90% of my family's over there. People that I've never met. So I wouldn't mind going over to the UK. If I do go over to the UK, there are a few people that I really need to catch up with that aren't family. So Leon's Lockpad. I'd love to catch up with Leon. Ash, or Lock Noob, I should say. Love to catch up with him and meet up with him. Who else is over in the UK? Quite a few people actually. Coxie's over there. Coxie's Picks. Yeah, love to catch up with him as well. So quite a few people in the UK that and Nick's Picks, of course. My folks, that I know of, my family comes from Mitcham, Surrey, so southern London, and a lot of them still live in that area, I'm pretty sure. So I just want to go over to the UK, although I make it here better than what you get in the UK, and get pie mash and liquor. That is a pommy dish. Please tell me you know what that is next week. Please tell me you know what that is. So if I go to America, there's quite a few people I catch up with over there. At one stage, there's actually a discussion about getting me dressed up as a kangaroo and getting me sent to the zoo in America, and then they were going to break in and break me out the zoo. Hey, I'm from Australia. Can you show me my names? Can you share what? I can't read that comment because it's hidden by a love heart. Ugh. I'll read it in a second when someone else comments. Yeah. So, Deviant, I've got to catch up with. I owe him a couple of drinks, actually. I'm waiting for him to come over here. Next time he's over here, we're actually going to catch up. He is one absolutely freaking awesome guy. Deviant Olive, freaking awesome. Chat to him quite a bit at times, and yeah, I owe him a couple of drinks. He said, "You better?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've got the best bar in where we live here." I said, "Which I'll take you to because they have a fantastic selection, and they do a really good old fashioned." I do love an old fashioned. I wouldn't mind catching up with Lockpicking Lawyer. I've spoken to him a few times, but I haven't heard from him in a while. I wouldn't mind catching up with him. Would have loved to have catch up with Bosnian Bill. You carry me around. At the moment, I can't afford to go to the UK. Yeah, so that's kind of the hard thing. If I got paid to go over there and do a presentation, that'd be all right. I'd go and do that. But yeah, I can't just afford the couch surf over there. That would be awesome, though. So when I wear my kilt, people are like, "Are you Scottish?" I'm like, "No, the Irish wore kilts as well. Thank you very much." Although my kilts don't fit me anymore because I dropped weight and yeah. But oh well. Who else in America? Oh, Pat from Uncensored Tactical. I'd really like to catch up with. Lock Pickings Gal. So many. Sky Pirate Actual. Heaps of people over in America that I'd love to catch up with. But I'm not rich and famous to be able to travel all around the world, so downside. I don't get paid to travel like Dev. That would be freaking awesome. Jeez, that would be the life. I really want to go and check out his new uh, building that he's got set up, his new class. That would be awesome to go and check. And the other part with our background is, of course, Viking. Turns out we do have Viking blood in the family. Someone said to me, "Have you seen yourself?" No wonder. I'm like, Vikings actually weren't tall people. They weren't 6'2". Yeah. What else was I going to talk about tonight? Since we got distracted and gone on to so many other subjects. Classes, Melbourne, content. I can't think of anything else. I had a heap of topics I was going to discuss and stuff like that, and now it's just gone because I got distracted. So yeah, I really want to get OBS back. Work out why it will not let me update my graphics system, graphics drivers. Because it says everyone that's meant to be the right one for mine is not working. So so I've got to get that done so I can get these conversations and stuff like that. Like, for example, Nick, if you get onto the Discord server and stuff like that, or even if we organise one off of the Discord, off different Discord server, or just video chat on, I don't know if you're on Facebook. Actually, I don't know if I'm friends with you on Facebook. I'm friends with quite a few people on Facebook from the lockpicking world because I don't hide who I am. I'm one of those people that I believe if you put your information out there, the basic stuff anyway, then people don't have to try and, dox you. Because, you can't dox someone if they already say who they are. I had it in the past, someone trying to dox me and stuff like that. I've had it where the person's messaged people I've known for a very long time, and they've known me for a very long time. That I chat to, and I've had people message them, trying to cause trouble and stuff like that, and they're like, "Dude, we've known him for a long time. He's a fantastic guy." So yeah, I believe if you put your information out there, then they've got nothing to look for. I put my location where I live, not my house address, but even here on the live stream it says Ballarat. So I put where I am, Ballarat, all the time. When I do the videos, I always say, "G'day, James Gillette from Dark Arts Lockpicking." I don't hide who I am. Everyone knows my name's James. I go by James or DALP, or Dark Arts, or what was the other one? Tall, Dark, and Ugly. That's another one I use. That reminds me, I was discussing pronouns with my sister earlier. I said, "Yeah, I want to go by Sexiest Man Alive." I said, "No." But yeah, if you don't hide who you are, then they've got nothing to look for. Because they try and dox you. So I don't hide. I'm friends with people on Facebook. I post on Facebook groups my real profile. My actual profile picture is me teaching the class. So on Facebook. So I don't hide who I am. When I post stuff up on Instagram, I always tag Ballarat in it because I'm in Ballarat. And stuff like that. So yeah, if you don't hide it, then they've got nothing to find. I don't put my address. I don't put private, personal stuff out there. But your basics, your name, where you live. See, even Nick doesn't know who he is. For the record, I'll keep that then. But the Facebook groups, I post as myself. I sometimes forget and comment as myself on my business page on Facebook. and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I run a business, so it's a difference if it's a hobby kind of thing as well. That's another point that I will make clear. My belt was digging into me, so loosen that off a bit because I'm sitting on an ankle. But if I loosen it off, if I stand up, my pants are going to fall down, so I better not stand up. I mean, look, if you're doing it as a hobby kind of thing, and you're just in to share some videos on YouTube of people you pixel looks, that's fine. Go by a random name. That's cool. You don't have to put your real name out there. But I mean, I run a business. I've turned the YouTube channel now into a multifaceted business. There's a better belt. Got a big belt in there. I got my kilt belt in there. I also have a skinny little belt that I use when I wear my suit stuff for training and when I actually look professional. I say professional. I'm never professional. It's like when I do the presentations, I got to try really hard not to swear. And now on YouTube, now that I run ads and I'm a business, I can't swear. But when you run a business and stuff like that, people need to know who you are. So I put out who I am. I don't hide who I am. My phone number that I use. So the business website has my phone number on it. My posts that I put for business stuff on Facebook has my phone number on it. And stuff like that is my real phone number. It's not a business phone. That's my personal phone. I use it for everything. So my phone number's out there. So if anyone wants to call me, they can call me. I'm always contactable in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, I don't hide who I am for that reason. When you're aged in a Christmas belt, I dropped 7 kilo. So I actually, when I cut right back, I could see my abs again. They're gone now because I'm bulking and stuff like that, which reminds me I'd have another protein shake and stuff. But like, yeah, my strength has increased a hell of a lot since I've been lifting weights. Got a full-on gym out the back now. I actually had to get smaller belts because I dropped so much weight. But my strength has increased dramatically. I'm lifting a lot more weight than I could before. And I am seeing some change. Like, my arms are getting bigger than what they were. Bit more definition. Can actually see muscles sticking out now. And stuff like that. So I'm still not happy with the way I look. It's going to take a long time to get happy with the way I look. Now I am with under here. It's been like 31 degrees here today. That's why I'm still wearing the singlet, because it's been pretty warm here. I think tomorrow's going to be the same as well. But I mean, I love the heat. So, but yeah. So I cut right back. Everyone said I looked extremely skinny, like too skinny, from what I was. I got told I looked pregnant because of the amount of swelling and stuff like that in my stomach as well. But yeah, now I'm kind of addicted to lifting weights, so I work out 5 days a week. But I have a routine that I follow, and I can't break it because it doesn't feel right if I break it. Keep putting more holes in my belt the more I walk the dog. Yeah, I mean, simple things like walking. It's the same like when I was cutting. I started cutting back in October. I'd walk a K down the road, do 4 laps of the lake, then walk back. Then jump on the exercise bike for an hour, plus lifting weights. And I do cardio virtually every night. And stuff like that. And you do drop the weight, especially when you cut in your calorie deficit. And that's why I was like, you lost so much weight, you're so skinny. But now, as I say, I don't have to look good for anyone. And I'm making a head start because I don't have to look good for anyone. So winter you bulk, summer you cut. So I'm going to start again now bulking. So I'm just eating more calories than I'm burning off. I'm not doing any cardio because I can't. The only cardio I get is literally, getting around in freaking crutches. although doing crutches is like doing dips non-stop. I had to get new crutches in. I had to buy these and all of these ones in, which actually go behind my forearm, because the other ones I had to come up under my arms. I ended up with blisters and burns all under here. Like I had skin rubbed off. It was really bad. Like I was in so much freaking pain from using them. So I ended up buying them. But yeah, now I can start bulking and then I'll start cutting back in spring, ready for bikini season of summer. Although I haven't taken my shirt off in public for, I can't remember the last time. So hopefully I'll put on a lot more size, then I can cut back, look decent, and then be able to take my shirt off in public. And not have noodles, like skinny arms. So, yeah. But no, exercise is also good for mental health. And yeah, it's actually, I have to admit, it's what's been helping me get through the last couple of weeks, or the last over a month now. That's the thing. It's, yeah, with how bad I've been. I've just been 5 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm out there. Even Saturday and Sunday, my 2 rest days. And I'm meant to completely rest. I still want to be out there lifting. I've kind of become extremely addicted to lifting weights. I hyperfixate on stuff. Like the business, I hyperfixate on stuff, and products, I hyperfixate on stuff. Lifting weights and stuff like that's the same. I've literally got like calluses and skin being rubbed off across here from lifting weights. I just can't wait to do it. Like tomorrow. Tracking lock. There you go, mate. Like, as I say, being stuck on the couch, not being able to work, and being stressed and down and depressed. I've been playing guitar a lot. Get back into that. And I've actually got calluses now on the tips of my fingers. That bad that I can stick a knife into it and twist it, and it doesn't do anything. So, hey, you've been tracking a lot. No, I still don't look great. I'm still skinny. What really bugs me as well, and because of my OCD, I'm left-handed, so naturally the left side of my body is going to be bigger than the right. But what kind of annoys me a little bit is the fact that the lats on my left-hand side stick out more than the lats on my right. So, like, it sticks out further on one side than the other side, and it's not balanced. It kind of really bugs me. Like I put up on Snapchat the other night, watching Big Bang Theory, and there's the episode where Sheldon, has to have closure on stuff. So they start playing noughts and crosses, and before he's about to win, she rubs it off, and I'm like, no, that annoys the hell out of me as well. Yeah, that was a bad episode. That's what I mean, like OCD. I was told that I am actually kind of getting worse with some of mine, so it's not good. The more I get stressed out and stuff, the worse it gets as well. But no, my OCD has kind of got worse. So that's fun. But yeah, it's just, I know I should be putting my attention into this and doing content to all the people and that, but yeah, when I've just been that crap. So another way to put it is crap. Yeah, going back to basics of playing guitar and stuff like that. So I just can't believe I finally got that solo after I started learning Nothing Else Matters when I was in before high school. Started to learn the very first bit when I was about 8 on the guitar, and then 8 or 10, something like that. And then I learned it in high school. And I was meant to learn the solo, but never did. And only finally, so after years and years and years and years, I finally learnt the solo. And just kept practicing and practicing and practicing. I stuffed up quite a few times and get frustrated and annoyed because your fingers don't want to work. It's like picking. You have times you pick and you just get frustrated and yeah, you get it's not the same. I noticed it's not the same feeling. If that makes sense. So like I felt awesome and accomplished. Like when I finally got the solo, I could do it without stuffing up. Like, yes, freaking awesome. Um, but it wasn't the same as when you are trying to get a lock that you've been trying to pick for ages. And you pick and pick and pick, and you get frustrated, and you're throwing your picks, and you're cracking with a lock, and you're throwing the lock, and all that stuff. Not saying that I've done that quite a few times. Like you get so frustrated, so annoyed, but when you finally get it, you get that rush of adrenaline. And you're like, oh, that lock was awesome. Yeah, it's not the same with the guitar. Like, I mean, come on, you have to. Everyone will admit, everyone's had that feeling with a lock. You get so frustrated, you get so annoyed, so angry, so worked up with a lock you can't pick, and then when you finally get it, you're like, that was a lot of fun. Geez, that put up a good fight. Kind of like when ladies get pregnant. They kind of forget about all the pain afterwards because that they went through and stuff like that. Like, let's have another baby. Yeah. Can't remember which comedian it was. Someone turned around, one of the comedians, and it's like, proof to being kicked in the nuts hurts more than giving birth. They said, because you never hear a guy say, kick me in the nuts again, but you always hear a woman say, let's have another baby. I can't remember if it was Jimmy Carr or Jim Jeffries, one like that. Yeah, but no. Comment below if you actually get that reference of the whole, you get so annoyed with a lock and stuff you can't get it, and then when you finally do, you're like, geez, that was a lot of fun. I had quite a few locks like that. This one is actually bugging me up the wall. Because, I mean, it is so gummed up and so full of rubbish and just horrible that it's really going to bug me until I get it. Quite a lot. Hell of a lot. That's really the parking lot. Gold. Is that not one? Is that one of those Asian gold? I think I got sent one of them. I can't remember. So many logs I've picked over the years. I can't remember all of them. I think one that really bugged me quite a lot was a bilock. Only because I raked it open, which shocked the hell out of me. And there's actually a photo up on my Instagram of the bilock open and me holding the rake, the Bogota in front of it. And I couldn't believe that I actually raked it open. Do you think I could ever get it again? Do you think I can ever get it on camera? That really, really bugged me. And then the other one, which Terrell sent me, the one with my logo on it, the pack lock. When he sent that to me, I got it out. I'm like, oh, so cool having my logo on a lock kind of thing, And I'm like, I wonder. So I grabbed a tension wrench and a lockpick and got it open. I think it was about 40 seconds, I think it took me to get it open. I'm like, that was bloody fast. Do you think I'll get it on camera? Could not get it. I'm like picking, nothing. I give up on camera, turn the camera off. I'm like, nah, I give up. I'm like, oh, let me have one more go. Boom, got it open. I'm like, oh, for crying out loud. Camera shy is true. Yeah, that kind of bugs me as well that I couldn't get that one. But I had quite a few that it took me a few times to get over the years. Challenge locks I never practice before I pick. But I don't pick challenge locks anymore. I kind of lost the interest in them. As I was saying, like earlier, my picking has changed from there's so much gunk coming out of this. From picking anything and everything that's around to now focusing what I deal with on a daily basis, because it's no good me practicing on American locks when I don't come across American locks here. You know, I need to practice on Lockwoods and stuff like that. So that's, yeah, how my picking's changed. Don't get me wrong, I still love picking American locks and picking locks from around the world. I've got some interesting locks that have been sent in. I got like, probably one of the most interesting ones I've got was sent to me from Don's Locks, and that's the hot dog lock. It was an Australian lock called the hot dog lock. That was fun. That's a really fun, cool lock. Been sent locks from Japan, like the Miwas. I actually managed to pick one of them. The other one I haven't tried yet, but I've picked one of the Miwas on camera. I've been sent locks from got a couple American locks. One of my favourite things, and it's kind of stupid, but one thing that always makes me giggle. I actually taught an American how to pick their first American lock, and helped them pick it. I'm like, I'm not American, I'm Australian, and I taught an American how to pick an American lock. That was kind of funny. And stuff like that. So I taught him how to pick that. But yeah, that's what I mainly deal with. Like, I only really pick on locks that I deal with on a daily basis now. Chris Capoon, long time no see, mate. How you going? That's all I usually get. How you going? He's the lock man. Two different buy-locks. Yeah, I've got 3 out the back there, out in the shop. 3 buy-locks. I work with buy-locks quite often, actually, because that's what we use at work. Except for a couple of doors that actually use a JHA keyway, but we use buy-locks. I mean, two of my work keys are buy-locks. So I work with them quite a bit. What's new, Chris? What have you been working on? Yeah, buy-locks are fun. I mean, really, when you think about a buy-lock, they're like super high security. I mean, they've got 6 pins either side that control 2 sidebars. The sidebars are just offset, so one will engage before the other one. But there's only 4 depths. So there's only 4 key depths, like cuts. So in a buy-lock, there's only 4 cuts on a key. But they have false gates. And yeah, they are quite difficult picks. The best buy-lock lock picker that I know of, the best picker with them is Funky Monkey. I think he goes by Funky Fast Draw Monkey now. I haven't heard from him in a long time. I'm going to have to message him. I hope he's all right. He literally is the best buy-lock picker that I know of. I've seen him pick buy-locks super fast, and he was even making keys for some of them. So he's actually hand making keys for buy-locks. But he's probably the best buy-lock picker that I know of. You know how we all like kind of specialize in one kind of lock? In a way, some people specialize in one type of lock, and stuff like that. Like, we all kind of tend to have our favourite locks that we pick. Don't get me wrong, I used to love the American Lock 1100s. So much fun. And stuff like that. the Lockwood series, the 334, and stuff like that. I love because the narrow lip spools so tricky to pick. Spools that normally tell you when they need to be picked, but these ones are really, and the tapered pins they use as well, pain in the butt, but it makes it fun. Unlike this bloody thing. I seriously don't know what's going on with this lock, but it's so gum. There's even chunks of gum around the core. So I took it off the door and replaced it with a new one. Here's a question for you. What lock do you specialise in, like picking wise? Like your favourite one to go for? One of the other guys I used to watch over in the UK as well. For some reason these names left my head, but lever, whatever you want to say it. He used to be absolutely fantastic with that. I've never had a go with them. I've got a couple, but I've never had a go. I've got a couple of proper lever locks, like old ones, and then I've got a fantasy one, which is meant to look old, but it's not. I think it says like 6 levers and it's only got 4. But yeah, I've never had a go at that, so that's one I've kind of missed. The other one that I would like to have a go at is not levers, safe dial manipulation. I've got a couple of safe dials out there. I've had a go. I can usually work out the first number, but it's after that I'm stuffed. The first number that you decode, which is the last number. I'm fine with working out that one. It's trying to get the others, so I'm just terrible at. I had broken into a safe once for a person. They were given the code for it. It was an in-ground safe. It's actually really cool. I should have got it on video. But they were given the code when they moved into the house. But they tried it. They tried it like 4 or 5 times, couldn't get into it, and they asked if I could. I said, I'll come and have a look. I got into it with the code that they were given. Then I taught them how to actually dial in the code properly. But yeah, safe manipulation I kind of like. That I think is pretty cool. And something that I would like to do a bit more with, but it's something you really need to be focused on to specialise in. I mean, I don't come across safes that much here. Like I know Deviant specialises in safes because it's part of his job. But yeah, what locks do you use? Kind of not. When I say specialise, like ones that you focus on the most. I know Chris Capoon focuses on everything. He has an amazing collection. He's like a lockpicker's heaven. GK Man still alive. No flying a kite with a key on the end. Challenge locks. I actually just had a guy send me a message on Instagram. Was it last night? About I inspired him to with a challenge lock from one that I used to beat Bosnian Bill. What kind of annoyed me, speaking of challenge locks, I got a message from a guy, I can't remember who it was. They got given some challenge locks. And I did a few back in the day. I did 3. I think I actually still have one of them. So there's only 2 of them out in the public. It was a 570 oval cylinder. And I got the keys before I started cutting keys and stuff like that, I got them cut by the locksmith in town. So it actually has their business name on it. And I got these for Lockwood. So I got 090909. So like highest cut, lowest cut, highest cut, lowest cut, highest cut. So I got them for the keys. And I think I only ever sent 2 out. So I think I've still got Poltergeist. And I think, can't remember what the other one was. So it ended up with a lock picker after it went around to a few other people. And this person picked it on camera once before and said who it was by and stuff like that. And the pin work that I did in it, because I used to put a lot of effort into the pins. I used to make pinning pins and floating pins and all this really weird and interesting stuff. Combine like spools with tapers and serrations at the ends of the spools and inside the spools and all this really weird. I used to do a lot of modifications to the core and stuff as well. So anyway, this person picked it and they did a video, and then I got this message from someone saying that they received this lock and from this person, and when they looked at it, my name had been scrubbed off of it. So you could still see DALP, but it was like scratched over, and someone else had wrote something on top of it. And the pin was missing. A spring was damaged in it, and this person had vandalized the lock. And the person's like, "Is this one of yours?" I'm like, "Yeah." They said, "Oh, I got it from this person." I'm not going to mention names. And they've vandalized the lock and stuff like that. Is it all right if I fix it up and put your name back on it and stuff like that? I said, "Yes, please." I said, because it's one that I made. I put time and effort into it, and I sent it into the public. Not many of my challenge locks are out in public. I don't even know what happened to the ones I sent Bosnian Bill. I told him to pass them on to whoever, like just send them out to random people, and stuff like that. I've never heard back to what happened with it. There's another one that I was working on, which was a multiple challenge lock, which I was doing a part of. Leon's lock pad was doing a part of, and someone else. And we were actually going to do a multiple person challenge lock. I never knew what happened to that. It just disappeared. But so yeah, I said, "Can you please restore it?" So they ended up restoring the lock for me. They sent me the photos and they said, "Oh, can we name it Jaws Bite," something like that. I said, "Yeah, that's fine. That's cool." Yeah, so this is the video of it. So I got sent the link. So I jumped onto this person's channel and looked up the second video they did of it. And they tried to sell it off as their own lock. They're like, "Oh, it's an over-cylinder. Oh, geez, I did nasty work on this key." You could see the branding, and it says the locksmiths in town on the key. And they're like, "Oh, like I've written on the side here, it's got my name on it, it's ages since I did this lock. Can't remember what pins are in there. Oh, I did some great work on these pins." I'm like, I commented on there. I'm like, "That's funny." So, because that's not your lock. So you vandalised my lock. I said, "You put your name over mine, tried to scrape mine off." I said, "That key," I said, "you didn't cut it." I said, "That was done by Les, locksmiths in town." I said, "Because I got 3 of those keys custom made." I said, "Still got one somewhere." I'm like, "That isn't your lock. That's mine." I said, "You vandalised something that I put out there for people, trying to sell it off as your own." I said, "That is disrespectful to me and my brand." And I commented on there. Never responded. I'm like, "No." that kind of annoyed me. And I don't know if I should be. I mean, I personally think it's disrespectful. I wouldn't do it to someone else's locks, so why would I want someone to do it to mine? I think it is disrespectful. I don't follow this. I don't watch this person's videos anymore. I do not talk to him. I do not. I'm not subscribed to him anymore. For a few reasons, but this is like the final nail in the coffin. I just think it was really disrespectful to. You can see it still had DALP clearly written on the side. They just tried to scratch over the top of it with their name and pass it off as their own. So, put in the comments. Yeah, put in the comments if you think that's disrespectful. Because I wouldn't do it. At all. I wouldn't do that to someone. And I really don't know what's going on with this lock, but it's hard to get any of the pins to want to move. It feels so crunchy and gunky. Yeah, no kites, fused back, a tree in the front yard was hit. Jeez! Yeah, I've seen videos of lightning hitting trees. Tree explodes. I do like explosions. What guy doesn't? I mean, we've just had massive bushfires over here. Not far out of town, actually. Massive fires. I mean, huge. Which happened on a catastrophic fire danger day. So total fire ban, catastrophic fire danger, which we never see. Never mess with other CLs. Exactly, that's what I believe. And yeah, it's wiped out so much, it's not funny. We actually had 2 fires over here not long ago. But yeah, massive fires, like huge. But yeah, I mean, I believe, going back to the topic of locks, if you have, if somebody sends you a lock to pick and stuff like that, treat it with respect. If you accidentally break it or damage it, fix it. Ask them if you can fix it. If you're gunning and you accidentally damage a spring, just say to them, is it alright if I replace the spring? Replace it. And stuff like that. That's the way I look at things, and that's the way I treat it. I don't believe you should mess around with others' locks. I've had locks sent to me and they said, oh, can you pick this and send it back? I'm like, yeah, no problems. And stuff like that. So it's just out of respect. But I thought it was utterly disrespectful to try and vandalise and try and pass off somebody else's as your own. And do a poor job of it. But yeah, that person hasn't responded to the comment, and that comment I did like 5 months ago, hasn't responded. I don't expect them to. Don't start me off with people disrespecting CLs. Yeah. It's just, someone put time and effort into it. Why would you disrespect it? I mean, I used to put hours into CLs. I double check, triple check, quadruple check, and make sure that CLs I work on work fine every time. They're not at risk of getting stuck. They're not going to get damaged easily, and stuff like that. It's just, yeah. But when I got told and I got shown the lock and the damage that had been done to the body by trying to scratch my name out and stuff like that, yeah. Actually, I don't know what happened to it. But I was happy for the guy to fix it. He said, you want me to send it back to you to fix it? I'm like, that's all right, mate, you can do it. So, But it's not just challenge locks, like any lock. If you lend a lock to somebody, treat it with respect. Like the person, you want to hope they treat it with respect. And stuff like that. But yeah, that really, I probably shouldn't have commented and probably shouldn't have just said anything, just let it go. And just ignored the fact that they disrespected my brand. G'day Raven, Foxclaw. That's why I just contact my head. Exactly. I mean, I never really put many challenge locks out there to the public. So mine are quite rare. I think it was Leon's lock pad. He used to dye or paint the ends of his keys, I think it was. But we all, put our branding on it. Michael Maynard used to put MH or MM on stamp him on the back of his locks. Ones that he picked and stuff like that. But like anything, treat it with respect. I mean, we're all here to, share locks around and pick locks and stuff like that. Which I'm going to send this off to someone because this is annoying me and it's so gunky. Yuck. I don't have any lube in here. No, it's all out my shop. Yeah, just treat it with respect. So if you lend people picks and stuff like that, with our training equipment, we use for classes, things are going to get broken, things are going to get damaged. Do we yell at the people for it? No. That's why we have training kits. I work with a few people that few product makers and stuff like that. Tequila Dave, what's going on, mate? I work with multi-pick, pick pals, bare bones lock picking. I recommend their products. Absolutely fantastic products. And our classing, our training kits that we use for classes, the lock picks for the lock picking section is bare bones lock picking. Great picks, absolutely fantastic picks. Highly recommend them. And stuff like that. Yeah, always call it out. It's supposed to be working, so we can't finish. All good, mate. Yeah, but when you run a business, you gotta play nice. Not good to call it out. That's why I don't mention names, to be respectful. I've learnt my lesson from history, from the past, going back and forth with somebody. Only an hour so to go now. I might stay on for an hour, although it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. Been going for 3 hours. Why does it say 3 hours, but on my phone it says 2.5? Yeah, I've learnt my lesson from history about going to war with people, not mentioning names. Some of you might remember. The only time I go to war is if you go after my family. You go after my family, then it's war. Send it to you, Nick. It costs a bit. I might just take the lock out and send it to you. I don't think you want the garbagey bloody handle. I actually want to get back into doing some giveaways and stuff. It's been a while since I've done giveaways. Actually, the last giveaway I did, the guy never responded. Which is a little bit disappointing. I'm going to get this though at some stage because it's going to bug me otherwise. This is where I normally break out the lube and the electric pick gun. electric pit guns we use in our classes. They can have a go at the multi-pit chronos and have a play with that. And the Southord pit gun, which I did a video on. And then there's also the Southord Lat 17 snap gun, which they're going to have a go at with a manual one. All the bump keys they use, I produce, I cut and sell for the class when they do the bumping. But we don't just have bump hammers set up for them. We have all different tools. So we say to them, you know, like it doesn't just have to be a specialized hammer. We have normal hammers there. We have some screwdrivers. We have some mallets and stuff like that. So we say to them, anything that's strong and hard, you can strike the end of the key with, have a go. Well, don't feed the trolls. Exactly. Like the gremlins, don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet. Same with trolls. That's why I don't deal with trolls anymore. I just let it go. I got to a stage where now I'm just like, people try and cause arguments and stuff, and they say stuff. I just ignore the comments, or if it's abusing someone else or rude, I'll delete the comment. Like if it's very inappropriate. But yeah, only because I got a business run. I'm not here to. Yeah. This is really annoying me because this is just, I don't know what's going on with this. It just doesn't feel right. It's so gunked up. I'm going to end up having I want to strip this and clean it. That's what's going to have to happen because, I mean, everything's coming out of it black. Even the tension wrench is black. Why if someone put graphite in it? I hate graphite. I had to use graphite because they wouldn't let me use anything else. And I accidentally got some on my screwdriver. And that was like over a year ago, and it's still on there. It goes everywhere. One I really want to get here to have a go and play with is Houdini. Because of how much people like it, but can't get it here. Unless we want to pay like $60, $70 a can. Geez, can you imagine the lock service, the lock clean and lube? That's $70 for a can of that. It's like, oh yeah, it's going to cost you $50 for one spray. I use that WD-40 lock spray here. I haven't had any issues with it. I've been using it for years now, and it still works fine for me. So I'm not going to complain with that one. Somebody told me once, they're like, oh, it was pretty gumped up, so I sprayed some cooking spray in there. I went, you what? But it was really like sticky, so I grabbed some oil spray and sprayed some in there. Do you want to crack an egg in there as well? Fry off some bacon in there. That kind of annoyed me. I'm like, no. So I had to get contact cleaner in there and clean it all out and then re-lube it. Tell you, that stuff is fantastic. Contact cleaner, the WD-40 contact cleaner. Leaves no residue behind. It works great for cleaning out gunk and stuff in locks and stuff like that. Give it a few sprays, washes everything out, cleans everything out. Doesn't leave any residue, nothing behind at all. And then I give it lubricant. It also works great on servos for electronic latches. Like some of the ones at work, the servos will come up. Chirel, we were just talking about you before. Speak of the devil and he shall arrive. Yeah, you finally caught one, mate. So yeah, the servo units, they can gum up at times. I had one the other day. Pin wasn't working. Swipe cards weren't working. Or anything like that. Butter flavour. Butter flavoured locks. Something don't feel right. So yeah, I ended up having to pull the servo unit out, gave it a spray, and all this gunk coming out of it. So contact cleaner, great in electronics because it doesn't leave any crap on it, just cleans it out. So yeah, contact cleaner, great stuff. Expensive, very expensive, but yeah, works well because I think it's like $15 for a can. What, cooking spray in the lock? Yeah, it's probably the worst. That's probably the worst thing I've ever heard me put in a lock. Is cooking spray. People like me, oh, I use WD-40 mutton toe. Oh, have you tried this? Don't. They make lubricants special for locks. There's a reason why it says, oh, lock lubricant. I hate graphite. I will not use it. I mean, I've been forced to. I'm like, unless it states use graphite, you can use it. But I'm like, crap goes everywhere. Like, it's just horrible stuff. It is the worst stuff. I mean, yeah, some older locks, it says graphite only. Use graphite, that's fine if it states, you know. But I've had to been forced to use graphite on buy locks. I'm like, no wonder it's gunking up. Oh, the lock's seized, the keys aren't working in it. I'm like, I wonder why. Clean out and all this black crap falls out. I'm like, because it's freaking graphite. It gums up and it's just horrible stuff. I still think that the videos that Jason did on lubricants for locks, that was really, really interesting. And a great point. And the fact that he left him for, 6 months, a year, whatever it was, then he went back to him like a year later. And seeing how they held up, that was really interesting. Lube off, that's it. Cheryl knows what I'm on about. And in case you're wondering, Cheryl, I think it's how you pronounce your name anyway. Close enough. Still the boot. Another month in the boot. Still broken in little pieces. So that's fun. And I saw you're on. You joined in to Unsaid the Tacticals Discord. I haven't spoken to Pat in a while. I have to shit Viz when I just lose that tension wrench. Don't tell me it went under the couch. Great. Because I can't see it on the floor. Why is everything so difficult? There it is. But that lube off was extremely interesting and a great one to watch. Especially when you deal with locks and stuff like that. Spirits are kind of up tonight. I haven't been around doing videos, as I was saying earlier, because I've just been down and annoyed. Can't work, I'm off work. See you, Nick. I'll chat to you later, mate. And if you're around on Facebook, you can find me. Yeah, so haven't been doing content like I said I was going to, but I've just been shit. Off work, so I'm stressing because no income coming in. Trying to get an order done for America, so I've got some money coming in, but yeah, I've been really bad. Aaron's like, "You're right." Oh, great, but really not. So yeah, that's why I haven't been around. That's why I haven't done content and stuff like that. So I may seem like I'm fine at the moment because but really, no, I'm stressing out about shit. So yeah, I just want to get this order done for Deviant. This class in Melbourne and stuff like that. So I've actually got some money coming in. Need some more orders and stuff like that. So might have to start doing OnlyFans. Hey, finally got it. Yep, got it. Lockpicking naked. No, not really. I'm scared living deals out of people. No one would pay to see that. Although GK Man might. I'm just staring there. I know you'd want it for free. That lock is going to get cleaned, and I probably am going to send it to Nick. So, yeah. No, it's just been difficult and stressful, and yeah, that's why I've been throwing myself into getting back into shape and lifting weights and trying to get fit and all that stuff because, yeah, it hasn't been good. But I'm going to try and change that and get back into the social media stuff, get content done if I can get my laptop fixed, which I'm having troubles with. Might be interested in my OnlyFans. As if I'd do that. Ew. Ugh, that'd be disgusting. No, I couldn't do that. Just the thought of it. I'm just shit staring. So yeah, but now I'm going to try and get back and doing more content, getting some videos out there, get this order done, and try to get some more work done, some more products and stuff like that. So I'm trying to look up and stay positive and try and work out how I'm going to survive another month of work when they decide to put my rents up. So, crap happens. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this live stream up because it has been nearly 3 hours. And I do have to go to bed because I've got to get up and do work in the shop tomorrow. Get the stuff done for the classes. No OnlyFans. Someone I was talking to at work because I see, like things about money and stuff like that. So, geez, OnlyFans is looking tempting. And I said something about a dating site and dating websites. I'm like, yeah, I said I can't do that stuff because I'm gonna annoy people. And they said, what do you mean? I said, well, I put up, I like whips, and they go, ooh, and it's like, no, not the kind you're thinking of. I'm talking about stock whips and bull whips, doing whip cracking and stuff like that. And I said, it seems like, I can't put interest, handcuffs, because they're like, ooh, handcuffs, and it's like, yeah, picking and shipping handcuffs and teaching people how to get out of them. Like a little bit disappointing. It's not what you think. Yeah, can't have handcuffs in the bedroom. Why? Because James will be there trying to pick out of them. So yeah, that I thought was funny. But nah, we're saying about OnlyFans. Yeah, you could do lockpicking naked. I'm like, hell no. That'd just be wrong. Although, in a way, I could get away with it because my camera's on one side of the bench and the bench sits like here. So you wouldn't be able to see anything, so it'd just be like the top half. But no. I'm not that desperate yet. Plus, I wouldn't earn anything on there. People pay me to keep my clothes on, not take them off. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna see if I can set up the channel memberships so that the second level, which I think it'll be about $5, which is what we charge for the Discord server. Watch out for the fuzzy handcuffs. You can't pick them. They're not like normal handcuffs. They're terrible. I mean, you can pick them, but yeah, they're terrible. Just when I learnt how to pick handcuffs and stuff like that, I'm like, oh, I went and bought a set of the ones with the thumb release, and like, they're terrible. And you can't have real handcuffs here. You can have like old vintage ones, like those things. But proper handcuffs, you need a security license for. Zip tie handcuffs. Teach people how to shim them and get out of them, or cut through them using necklaces and stuff like that. But so I'll get the second membership thing set up on here where people can get subscription, get access to the private Discord server. I'm trying to get a few more stuff done with products. Really want to get these traveler's hooks done because I absolutely love traveler's hooks and stuff like that. The Viking bands, Deviant will have more in stock soon. As soon as I get this order done, I'll do 50 the first, like 50 first. I'll send them over so he's got some in stock, and I can get stuck with the second lot. And yes, content, as long as I can get my laptop working and work out why it won't let me update my graphics to get OBS working. So that is really annoying me because I want to get videos done with other people, conversations about topics and stuff like that. But I can't because OBS won't let me record. So that's kind of also been a bit of a pain because I've been trying to get that fixed the last couple of days. Because I really want to do some content with James Randolph. I want to do some content with Daryl and just get some podcast stuff like chats recorded and going. So so I will get content out. I do promise I will. I'm actually going to be uploading a video onto the members only little background chat from today. Channel memberships only and stuff like that, try and get that up a little bit more and stuff, so that kind of got some money coming in, because that's my biggest focus at the moment, just so I don't end up in a cardboard box on the street selling my butt. No, I wouldn't do that. So anyway, check out the website, dalp.com.au. Lots of awesome products up on there. And stuff like that. Don't forget, we also offer our training and classes for businesses, organisation groups and events, which you can contact us through the website or send me an email at darkartslogpicking@gmail.com, or contact me on here, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the Discord servers. You can give us a call. 0448766600 is the phone number. I'll say it fast enough for you. In order to be able to get in contact stuff. And remember, keep it bloody legal. Thanks for sticking around for 3 hours. I didn't get to discuss as many topics as I was really hoping to, because I had all these ideas in my head and then got distracted because of Nick and stuff, going off into tangents. But get some content out over the next couple of days. Get these kits finished for Melbourne. Get this classwork finished for Melbourne. And try and get some interesting and new content out that I haven't done before. So have fun. Reach out, just want to chat. I'm always around. And I'm absolutely buggered since it is now 1:20. I might actually have a sleep in the morning if I can. The hardest bit actually about being in the boot is sleeping in the boot. I'll just put that in there because go to roll over, you can't just roll. You're like, oh crap, you got to lift your leg up. Yeah, it's annoying. So it's a pain, and trying to get up to go to the toilet in the middle of the night is also a pain because you got to get crutches and yeah. But anyway, have fun. Thanks for sticking around. Good to see everyone, especially catching up with Cheryl since he hasn't been around and we'll catching live streams in a while. And yeah, stay safe, keep bloody legal, and cheers, guys. Don't forget, give a thumbs up. Really do bloody appreciate it. Cheers.